Yo, what's going down, peoples? Sorry for the tardiness. Salute. It's another edition of Comic Cons where we talk comics, movies, all type of things, fantasy and stuff like that. And today's show, we're gonna actually be doing a trip down memory lane, sort of a nostalgic point of view when we was kids. What was our Saturday morning cartoons favorites when we were young? So I'm happy to bring my brothers along for the ride. Let me bring my co-host up for the ride, Derek Gaines and Stay Ready Boxing.
Stay ready, Mac.
Oh, Stay Ready Mac. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He took the boxing out his name. And we got a special guest rocking with us also. So happy that he was able to join us. Salute to my OG, the General, 78 Sports.
Salute. Peace to the brothers.
And appreciate you coming on, OG, man. It's always fun when you come on. It's always fun when the guests come on. I gotta add another that and Derek Gaines, somebody that doesn't usually be on. Want to see how they, able to mix and match with it. So appreciate you coming through. Does anybody want to get any honorable mentions out the way now before we start our list? Do you want to get an honorable mention out the way? Quick, do it now. I don't want to hear about it mention later. Let's start with
only reason it was like I was doing my list and I didn't do it because I didn't know if anybody else was gonna get it. But Transformers was definitely one of my favorite cartoons growing up.
That's actually disrespectful. I gotta get at 78 for that too.
Me too, but it would have been number one. But I'm just like, man, I know somebody gonna pick it.
General, I gotta get at you for that. That was like the best cartoon in your time.
You hear me? Yeah,
He said Transformers.
Yeah, I knew somebody was gonna pick it.
But that's the thing, bro. I wasn't a Transformer guy.
You wasn't?
I liked them, but I wasn't like knocking over my cereal to get them. I'm finishing my bowl of cereal. I ain't worried about that.
Hey, and then I wanted to put Pro Stars on there, but I didn't. And I know a lot of y'all that's in the chat that's older, y'all do remember Pro Stars with Wayne Gretzky, Bo Jackson, and Michael Jordan on that cartoon of superheroes. Man, it only lasted for 2 seasons, but growing up, that was one of my favorite cartoons. And one more was Hammer Time.
Hammer Time cold, wasn't it?
Hammer Time, man. With
the I didn't know he had a cartoon. I didn't know he had a cartoon.
The name of the cartoon was Hammer Time, and he had singing shoes. And he was a superhero.
I hated that cartoon.
I love that cartoon.
And Derek Gaines older than both of y'all.
I hated it. My honorable mentions real quick. Give me the Harlem Globetrotters with the original Harlem Globetrotters.
Let me tell you,
they had a cartoon.
You bought it
before my time.
I didn't know that Harlem Globetrotters even had a cartoon. I don't know why they do it in the 2000s like they did all these other 80s things. But
they had we had Harlem. Yes, man, they had all the original players from the Harlem Globetrotters, Meadowlark, Lemon, Curly. They were all in there. And give me the Jackson 5 cartoon. They had their own cartoon. I mean, that's like the 60s and 70s, man. And everybody had their own cartoon.
Jackson 5 still came out in the 80s when I was a kid, too. So did the Harlem Globetrotters. But the one thing about I wasn't a big fan of Harlem Globetrotters. The only time it really caught my attention was when they was on the Scooby-Doo show.
Yeah.
And so they caught my attention because they did used to make appearances.
And my last one is an anime. It's Star Blazers. That came out around the time, I think, Speed Racer, the original Speed Racer cartoon, which I hated. And if anybody's old as me, they remember the Adventures of Bullwinkle.
I did love.
Um,
How do you hate Speed Racer?
because I hated Speed Racer. I didn't like it.
Yo, Drew would have been mad at your
I'm
ass.
mad at you because
I
you. How do you hate
hated
Speed
Been
Racer?
Man,
mad.
every time that came on, I tell you what, I'd rather watch Speed Buggy than Speed Racer.
I did like Speed Buggy, but still, Speed Racer, bro.
Nah,
Man,
I just couldn't get into it, man. I got into the Tranzor Z, the Star Blazers, all the early anime that came on uh, around that time. But when it came to Speed Racer, I turned it off.
Mm.
Yeah, bro. It's just
78. You got. I know you got an honor, but you had 78 had a top 10 list, y'all. I had to tell
I'm trying to
78.
figure out why your live not popping up in my subscriptions, bro. This is crazy. Like I'm trying to
Don't.
share it.
I'm not surprised. I'm not
I'm
surprised.
trying to
You
share
can
it, and I can't
share it,
even find it
OG.
to
I
share it.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to find it to share it. But anyway, yeah, man, Silverhawks.
Matter of fact, I texted to you.
Yeah, text them. Appreciate it. Uh,
Silverhawk was good.
Silverhawks is my joint. I love Silverhawks. Um, uh, uh, I like the Tiny Toon Adventures. I like
I
them. They came
mean,
later though. That was like
I
I
was
was
gonna
like,
say that was a repeat because I was
yeah,
watching that.
I
yeah.
love.
They came later. I was on my way to stop watching cartoons, but I definitely like them. Um, Ducktales. No. I think no. That's part of my list. Um,
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't
yeah,
do that.
Inspector Gadget.
Whatever you don't remember, that wasn't a.
Inspector
Uh,
Gadget show.
oh, okay.
I'm not gonna
And you
lie
know
Inspector
though.
what's
Gadget was
crazy?
good.
That was I always wanted to know what Mr. Claw looked like, and I had to sneak through the episodes. Shout out to
Yeah,
Disney Plus.
they showed it
Did
at
they
the
ever say
Festival.
anything?
Yeah, they had an action figure.
Yeah,
I
they
watched the whole
Really?
YouTube live about that. I
they
watched
showed
the
him at
whole
the end.
YouTube live about that. Yeah, they made a action figure.
I figured out the oldest cartoon that I researched was Mighty Mouse, and that came out in 1955.
Yeah, my mom was watching that. Oh my god, that's great. That's
I did like. Well, Mighty Mouse came on in the mornings for me.
Hmm.
yeah, you was watching the reruns.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
I
me
was
too.
watching
Me
your
too.
stuff. Like I was watching your stuff in the rerun. But let me hold
Anybody remember Mask?
let me get in this let me get in this chat real quick.
The Mask cartoon, the Jim Carrey cartoon.
No, the Mask, as in Mobile Armor Strike Command.
No.
When the this it came out around the time in between Transformers and GoBots. The cars could fly, basically.
Okay.
speaking of go back, do y'all remember? I know we talked about this already, okay? But 78, do you remember Turbo Team?
A little bit.
That was the
Yeah, yeah.
kid that turned into the
See,
car.
Derek Gaines
He,
remember that. See,
wait, to turn him back into a person, you had to throw cold water on him.
Yeah, I used to love that show.
Yeah, I remember that. Man, shoot, I grew up in a time where it was Saturday morning on 12, 9, and 5, and then it was 19 later, and then Cartoon Network, and then after that, yeah,
I was gonna say, Derek, go on mute if you got to. Salute to Pooh Man, salute to D Man, salute to Tay Tay, salute to Jimmy Bernard, salute to Amanize, appreciate you. Salute to Eric Jordan. Um, shoot, did I miss anybody? Salute to KG. He said he said KG said he liked the original Spectre Gadget. Kofa, salute Kofa, man. Good seeing you, bro. Good seeing you. Good seeing you.
Penny was the real hero.
Who his niece? That was
Yep.
his niece, right?
Hmm. That was his niece.
Shoot, man. Let's get this started. Matt, man, since you got a lot of energy right now, man, you mind if we start with your list?
Sure.
He said, sure. Actually, yours is actually first on my thing anyway, because you
Oh,
was last giving me your list, so you came up first. Which what you want me to pull up first?
man, you know you got to pull up Scooby Doo and Scrappy. Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo.
I explained to everybody in case they didn't watch. I'm pretty sure most of the people here is in the chat is my OGs, but explain it
I'm
to
pretty
me.
sure. I'm pretty sure everybody watched. This was basically the regular Scooby Doo cartoon, but he had his nephew with him, and his nephew was gangster. Like his nephew was like everybody. You know how in Scooby Doo everybody was scared, running from the monster. Scrappy was trying to fight him every episode. He wasn't backing down from nothing. He was trying to throw them hands, and they had to drag him away every time that the monster would show up. But Scrappy was a puppy, so you know most times dogs when they puppies they ready to
Yeah.
yeah, that's how he was, and that's what made the show real uh exciting back then. And this actually came out in the early 80s, so this was for me because the original Scooby-Doo came out in the 60s. This was like the remake that came out later. And this was one of my favorite cartoons, getting up early on a Saturday morning, making my bowl of cereal, Captain Crunch. And I'm sitting there watching an episode of Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo. And I ain't gonna lie, in a few of them episodes, Scrappy did fight some of the monsters, and he was giving them the business. That's what made me. I really love that cartoon. Like I was a fan of Scrappy. That's why I got the name Scrappy, because he was ready to fight.
Oh, I look. I'm gonna just say before I ask 78 and Derek about it. I remember bits and pieces of this. They would show the repeats. Scrappy was very feisty, and one thing I did like about you, he had a lot of heart, bro, and he was smarter than his uncle. Smarter than his
Fact.
uncle. He was way more witty than his uncle. 7-8. Salute to Shawa. Salute to I fella in the house, and there was somebody else that came through. Alexander X. Salute to my bro Alexander X. There was somebody else that I seen that. Um, um, that, Dag, man, it's kind of moving right now, man. It's probably because of 78. Yo, 78, what'd you think about this, man? What'd you think about this cartoon, Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo?
Oh man, it was. You know what? This was a surprise entry. I wasn't expecting because I'm gonna tell you something. I completely forgot about Young Scrap. Completely forgot about him. I watched the old Scooby Doo, the original, and I completely forgot about this version that came later. I did watch it. It wasn't like my favorite show, but I do remember it. Yeah, Scrappy definitely brought a good touch to the show. You know what I'm saying? He was about Scrappy was looking for the action because Scooby was kind of a mark a little bit.
Man, wasn't he though?
Yeah,
He really was, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Scooby was the ball.
yeah,
And Shaggy was always high.
right.
Hey, I don't care what nobody say. If you go back and watch that show, you realize Shaggy was high.
That's what
Always
they
had
told
the
me.
money.
That's why they was paranoid. That's
Yeah.
what one of my old heads told me. They told me, they said if you look at it, and that's why they was always paranoid and hungry.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, shout out to Shawa, shout out to CW, man. I see you in the house, man. Salute to y'all.
Let's go, bub.
Uh, Derek Gaines, you got anything to say? If you there, I guess Derek.
You
I
might
guess
step away.
yeah, he might have had to step away.
Yeah, that was one of my cartoons growing up. That's my childhood. And you know what's crazy is nowadays when you go watch like Boomerang and they show all the old cartoons. They'll show Scooby Doo, but they never show Scooby and Scrappy. Like never.
Right.
They don't show that on Boomerang now.
Nope.
So I couldn't. So I couldn't. So when my nephew come over here and I watch him, I can't pull that
Nah,
up for him.
nah. I wish they did.
Alright.
Was Scooby Doo part of Hanna Barbera?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
And, and
What's that? What's that? 78. Explain what that is for
Well,
somebody.
that's
that's
quick.
I'll go ahead and explain it because
Mhm.
most of my favorite cartoons were Hanna Barbera cartoons. Hanna Barbera, all of those old cartoons back in the day. Matter of fact, Hanna Barbera still make cartoons to this day. They stopped being real prominent in like 2015, but from the 60s up. I'm talking about from Yogi Bear, Quick Draw McGraw, Scooby Doo, Speed Buggy, uh, Jabberjaws, the Snorkels, all of those cartoons that y'all watch when you that growing up, even some of the ones that you watch, they were Hanna Barbera was the creators of those cartoons.
Okay.
Tom and Jerry, that's a Hanna Barbera cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Those are they're man. The majority that's the majority on my list too. Not even gonna lie to you.
Yes, sir. Man, good pick. Good pick, man. I'm just trying to make sure I ain't miss nobody. James Ingram, salute. There was somebody else I seen in here. Hey, uh, Culture Vision Podcast, salute to you, bro. Uh, Jared Green, salute to you, bro. Yeah, man. Derek, you back yet? I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure. Shoot, man. Why, Derek? Why you doing this like this? I know you. And then later he gonna have everything to say when we come back. Watch, he gonna have everything to say when we come back. That's why I'm trying to get it out the way now.
Shout out to the sister shower.
Yo,
Yeah,
Shawa. Oh my bad. Shawa in here. Shawa, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Shawa. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you was watching Sailor Moon, Shawa. Shawa mad at me. That's why she just said, my bad.
What's
She
up,
said
Brian?
you said me. Oh, she said you said me twice. Oh, okay. Okay. I was making sure I didn't want to miss you.
Shout out to Brown Sugar Tay Tay and later for all you hard legs in the building.
All right, 7-8, man. Let's come to you. Let's come to you.
Are you going to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Derek. Derek, you there? Derek
And
Gaines.
yeah, I'm here. Give me a little bit more
Okay.
time, all right?
Okay. I'm just making sure you here, bro. All right, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
come to
yeah.
you last. I come to you
All
last.
right.
Go ahead. Yeah, 7-8. Which one you want me to pick first?
Hey, whichever one you want to go to, man. Don't matter.
It's your order, because I don't really know.
Let's start with He-Man. Let's start with him, man.
I don't think that should be 5. I'm gonna keep it real. I actually think that's a good cartoon from your time, but you know what? It's whatever you want.
Yeah, He-Man is well, I ain't got these. Ain't to me they top 5, but these is all
That's how I do mine. 78.
like. I'm not saying that one is. I watch this one the least or nothing because if I gotta do all that, he ain't on my list. But like He-Man is my. This is one of my favorites cartoons. Um, I came up. I had all the He-Man toys, man. Castle Grayskull. Had the Skeletor. Had Beastman was my dude. I used to love Beastman, man. Matter of fact, my first YouTube page, Beastman was my profile photo. Old Beastman. But yeah, I loved He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. The storyline, Prince Adam turned into He-Man and stuff, and kept a little secret and stuff. War Code, Madam Arms, and the sorceress. What's her name? What's her girl name? The sorceress. the sorcerer. I think she knew.
Evelyn.
No, the good one, the good sorcerer.
What was her name? Where
I
Tay
think her name.
Tay
I
at
think
when
her
you
name
need it?
was.
Tay Tay know this whole.
I think her
Tay
name
Tay,
was
what
the
was her
sorcerer.
name? Tay Tay,
I,
where you at? I know Tay Tay know.
I think that was her
Tay
name.
Tay
The
had to
sorcerer.
school me on that. She was like, "That was before your time. You too young. This is this person. This is that person."
No, I
No,
think
not Evil Lynn, the
no, no,
sorceress that
no.
gave.
The good one.
I know who he talk about. That gave He Man his powers.
I think her name was the sorcerer, but the sorceress or something. But anyway, yeah, I love that show, man. I can watch He Man to this day. I can turn that on, and it's just nostalgic, dude. You said Vina was her name? Oh,
Yeah, I was just about to say.
I don't
Shout
know.
out to
I can't
Showers.
remember her name. I know I used to get. I give me a like Stay Ready say, man. I give me one of the big cake mixing bowls with some Captain Crunch in it. Man, forget about it.
I'm telling you.
Man, you get you one of them cake mixing bowls with Captain Crunch. Sit down. Man, I can watch it. I can watch
That's
He Man
going
just
to
I liked the
all day.
Crunch berries. I liked the Crunch.
Need a whole box of that Captain Crunch. It's over.
I'm telling you. My
Hey,
mama
by
used
the
to get
time you
mad.
get
Be like,
done,
this is what you ate all day. Yep.
hey, the top of your roof of your mouth be hurting like a motherfucker.
Man, toe up, but that cereal was good.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, 78. So He Man was my brother's cartoon, and I had the toys. You remember the little thing where it spin in their chest?
Right,
The He Man and the Skeletor I had, them was the only two I had. But I wasn't a big fan because I used to ask my brother why they walking around in their drawers.
right.
And that shit used to bother me. As a
Shit,
kid, that's how,
you watch wrestling and they was walking in there.
but that was a superhero. They was in the ring, but the superhero was different. I don't know. I just it was something.
Superhero sweat, they get tired too.
In they drawers though. You saving the world, walking around people in the ring. That was your job.
I
It was
mean,
just
I guess.
it was just different for me. I don't know. That was just me.
Yeah, I love He Man. I love my joint, man. Still love He Man to this day.
Mac, Derek Gaines, you back yet, or you still need time?
Hey, Alexander X say he keep ice cubes in his cereal. There you go. That's old school right there.
Ice Cube in the city. I never heard it.
Hey, that's how
Yeah,
you
we could give it a try, but if
That's
it
how you
get loud, then I'm gonna have to mute again.
Yeah, yeah. Do what you got to do.
Well, my pick is quick. It's
No. It wasn't your pick. I kind of wanted to ask you real quick. Scooby
uh
Doo and Scrappy Doo, because that was Mac pick. I wanted to hear your opinion on what you felt about that, and then what you think about He Man.
you mean puppy power?
Yep.
Da
Puppy
da
power.
da 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 da.
Puppy power. Yeah, that was
That was a good show. It was a good show. It was a spinoff.
was it just me or he
It
disappeared?
was a good show.
Oh, okay, got it.
That was the
Okay, so
time where
what what you
huh?
think about He Man? What you think about He Man?
I thought He-Man was too light on Skeletor. He should have just went. He said he had the power, but he never really used it. I
He
guess
said,
they had to draw out the episodes to get She-Ra going, and to me that was the beginning of the wokeness in cartoons. If you go back and look at it,
mm.
they just had to do She-Ra with with no
yeah. I was a creep. I used to want to smash She-Ra.
misfits.
Yo, don't feel yo
Not you
70.
want to smash Shira.
Evil
Oh,
Man too.
So
Evil,
yeah,
Evil
yeah,
look like he had to try out.
He-Man was good. He-Man was good. The original He-Man, the remake on Netflix was horrible.
That wasn't bad, man. That wasn't bad, man. You didn't like the
Yeah.
remake from the 2000s from my time when
No,
they back out? He said no.
no.
Spider sense is
It's
tingling.
You see how,
you
but
know,
let me tell you though, they actually explained everything that all the old heads was wondering about. You know what I mean? The generation ahead of me was wondering about in Heat Man. You know, if you watch the
you
2000,
know, He-Man's emblem on his chest was was a Nazi emblem turned sideways.
wow, I didn't know that.
If my history uh, uh, serves me correct, if memory serves me correct. Now, if you go back and look at old war films and footages and turn that He-Man emblem sideways, you'll see it. You'll also see it on
Don't go
some
too. It's a kids channel.
pictograms. But yeah, yeah,
try to switch it up. Try to switch it up for me. You know what I mean? Try to tone it down for me. But
yeah.
one thing that I will say about this is before my time. My brothers and sisters, my older brothers and sisters, my sister Anita, my sister Tawanda, my sister Gloria, my brother Jeff, uh, my older brother Jose, they all love these cartoons. Y'all know I had 9 brothers and sisters. So there's a group that's older and there's a group that's younger. So when they would talk about this, I would be like, what was so great? But when I go back and watch it, even the Netflix version, it actually was a good show, especially the original one. I like the fact that what they did back in the days that they didn't do in my time growing up in cartoons. I like the fact that they would give you messages at the end of each show. I think that they should do that now. I remember one show that I watched as a kid. It was like, yeah, if this person touch you or that person, go to your rabbi, go to your mom, or you know what I mean, stuff like that. They don't do that now. You know what I mean? They give you the hidden messages in the actual show. So I will give my OGs that. Like they used to give you that back in those days. So I'm gonna give 78 credit. And not only that, not just the good hero, he had a good villain. So 78 kind of cheated. I'm gonna say it's 7-8. You gonna get mad at me, but you kind of cheated because you had now also a good hero, but you got a villain that could have made my list as one of
Uh-huh.
the best villains of all. Skeletor, I love the rest in peace to the dude that played his voice because he did a great job. Great job. Great job. You were saying something 7-8? Was you saying something? You had
No,
something?
I said cheated, huh?
Hey, Tay got a good question in the chat though.
What she said?
She said, "Can she ask the question? Whose sword do you think is more powerful? He-Man sword or Lion sword?"
Oh, man, that's
Oh,
let's wait till we get to the
oh,
Thundercat
yeah,
conversation.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we
That's
gonna
a
wait.
good question.
Hey,
That's a good
hey,
question. I know who's more
pin that
powerful.
question.
I know
Pin
who's
that
more
question.
powerful in a one-on-one fight.
Hey, matter of fact, can you make that a poll?
Dag, man. See what YouTube did to me is this. When people ask for the poll,
Hello. Did you go out at? Or was that me?
Okay, act one out.
Okay. We lost you, Act. Come back.
Yeah, as soon as you got talking about YouTube, they said, "What? What you say about us?"
Hey, that's exactly what happened. They said, what you say about us? What you say about my mama?"
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah.
He
You
must
see,
have done. What'd you say?
I'm looking at this chat here, but shall I say, who remembers uh, Pac-Man
Pac-Man.
cartoon? I don't remember the cartoon.
I do remember Pac-Man cartoon. He used to wear Pac-Man wore a bowler hat and had them gloves on. Hey, when the ghost got to tripping, he ate that power paw and went thin. So, the Pac-Man cartoon was different. Hey, I don't know why they put the bowler hat on and making them look gangster though. I'm not. Let me see if I can find a picture of
Yo,
Pac-Man.
my bad, my bad, my bad,
There you go. He back.
my bad. Nah, that I don't know what's going on. My bad. Derek, you there? I'm gonna go to Derek next. But 7-8, good pick, good pick. I
Yeah.
give you that, good pick.
Go back to stay ready. Well,
I
what you
did.
got? What you got?
Go ahead.
Act.
Um, I was trying to be last, because it was my show, but uh, I ain't know Derek was gonna have some trouble today. Derek was good, man. If he can't, then
Well,
yeah, you here? You here, bro?
no, that ain't. That's me.
Oh shoot. Okay. All right. Shoot. Forget it. All right. I'll go to mine. Um, we gonna go to Justice League, man.
Yeah, just wait after my time. I don't not remember this.
I don't either. I don't. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't got
Ah!
nothing for you on this one.
Who picked
78
this?
said, I do not remember this. He
Oh,
said,
now
this is
you come
wait.
back,
Who? You know what? I'm a god at this. I am undefeated at versus.
huh?
Oh, man. Here we go.
Who
Here
undefeated
we
at versus? You ain't beat me yet.
that includes
Derek,
that includes Stay Ready
you
Mac,
supposed to go next, Derek. You
D
supposed to
Man
go
Jr.
next.
He wanted to go Flash versus Quicksilver. That ain't no contest. Quicksilver has limitations.
Yeah, as long as you know that.
I'm surprised whoever picked the Justice League didn't pick the original Teen Titans
Nah,
before.
this cartoon right here because it came after a few other um shows that I used to watch, Justice League, and Justice League Unlimited. It had Batman, it had Superman, it
Uh,
had Wally West Flash, it had Hawk Girl. I ain't even gonna lie to you, 78. Remember how you said what you said about the sorceress or whatever?
Right.
That's how I felt about Hawk Girl when she took the mask off.
Who? Wonder Woman.
No, 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 not Wonder Woman. Hawk Girl. Hawk Girl took that mask off. She was fired, and she dated a brother, the Black
Oh,
Green Lantern, John
okay,
Stewart.
okay.
You know what I mean? So that's what kind of messed me up as a kid. So I had a little crush on Hawk Girl. If you want me to keep it a stack with you. They had John Jones, Martian the Manhunter. They had Wonder Woman, and they had the John Stewart Green Lantern. So, this was a great cartoon. Used to come on Saturday mornings. I used to be eating Fruity Pebbles and Captain Crunch also, but I liked the Crunch Berries. I didn't like the regular Captain Crunch. The Crunch Berries, man, them pieces was hitting. So This was good. They also would have special guests on there. They would have Aquaman sometimes. Kara, Superman's cousin, would come on. Green Arrow would come on. Doctor Fate, he would join sometimes. He would get in on the action. So this was a great way to be introduced to the DC universe if you didn't know about it in my era. So this was a great cartoon, man. Uh, Anybody got any comments on Justice League
Is
Unlimited?
this the one where Superman uh goes off on Dark Side?
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
was the best episode.
He was like, I'm always trying to hold back.
Yeah, yeah,
But this time
yeah.
I ain't gotta hold back, and Superman just started wrecking. But it's also where you see Wonder Woman had a thing for Superman. I mean for Batman, sorry. For Batman in this. And I remember when they got transformed
Nope.
into little kids and Wonder Woman was really on Batman's body, and Superman was
Yeah,
thirsty. He was like, "I'll go with you, Diana," and she was like, no, I'll go with Bruce."
yeah. Nope.
She's feeling my son, Batman. So, and Batman didn't even want it like that. So, this was a great show, man. They had a lot of great episodes. I know this was after your time, 78. I kind of wish
Nope.
you to grow up in this
He ain't
era
gonna turn the
so that we
world
could talk
backwards.
about it. So that we could
Because
talk
his
about
main squeeze got off. Nope.
it.
No,
All right, Tay Tay. Yeah,
he ain't
Tay
gonna get
Tay.
mad.
Wonder Woman didn't want
What he did was
she
he went
wanted
straight at Dark
Batman in
Side.
it. You know
You
what I'm saying?
realize every episode that Dark Side is in with Batman always beats Dark Side.
Yeah, because Batman's so freaking smart, and he got a contingency plan for
That one
literally, literally anything.
episode when they invade what was Dark Side's planet and Batman set his bombs to go off.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the one where he kidnapped Supergirl.
yeah. You talking about the movie? You talking
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
movie?
yeah, the movie. Every I should have said every scene with Dark Side and Batman always comes out on top. Superman couldn't beat Darkseid 1-on-1. He couldn't beat Doomsday.
Let me read these comments. I know Tay Tay going in. She about to curse me out. Yeah, I see her in there. Mac, you got anything on this?
I got absolutely nothing, champ. I've
You
never
didn't
watched
watch it? How
this.
you
Was
didn't watch it?
when did this cartoon come out?
To,
90s?
No, this
late
didn't come out.
nineties,
This
two
did not come out
thousands.
in the 90s.
Yeah, it came out late nineties, 2000s.
I was in high school by then. I ain't gonna even lie to you. My mind was on women. Only cartoon. Matter of fact, when I was in high school, if I watched a cartoon 9 times out of 10, I was probably watching uh Beavis and Butthead, uh Aeon Flux,
What the hell
Angry.
is that?
Oh,
Boy,
that's liquid
Aeon,
television.
hey,
That's
dog,
back. That's back in when MTV used to have cartoons.
Aeon Flux
Eon
actually
Flux
it
was
came out. Aeon Flux actually originally came out in the 80s. Those were all replays on MTV. But yeah, Aeon Flux. I was watching Ren and Stimpy. I was watching more adult cartoons then. Yeah, they're not appropriate for this show. Aeon Flux not appropriate for this show.
Oh no, she's not. No, she's not.
You don't cuss on this channel, do you? Act?
We try not to.
Okay, I ain't go. I was gonna tell you I'll tell you behind the scenes. It's a funny joke about Superman and Wonder Woman. What's up, Queen 71?
What up, Queen?
I'm
Why Tay?
surprised
You hate Batman so much?
because she she just chose Batman because he has the cars, he has the women, you know, he doesn't rely on superpowers. Matter of fact, he's basically the only one in the Justice League with no superpowers, and he still be kicking butt. Or a suit or anything to give him powers. He's just Batman. He told you in the first movie, Tay Tay, I'm Batman.
I wonder how Superman would do under the Trump administration. Get him out of here.
Oh, you already know how he would have did there. It wouldn't have worked out. It wouldn't have worked out. Derek, let's go to you, man.
Um,
Y'all ain't got nothing else on mine, so
Give
uh
me Tailspin.
dang, y'all old. Let me go.
I The end of this theme song was pretty hot, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. And then they bust out with like a little rap real quick. But basically, this was a spinoff of Jungle Book. It had all the characters of Jungle Book, Baloo, King Louie. It had the tiger. I think his name was Shio Khan, something like that. Um, it was just a spinoff of Jungle Book, and Baloo was an airline, not an airline pilot. Pilot. He was just a pilot, cargo plane pilot, and that's where the adventures began. He was, running away from pirates. The show came out in 1990. It disappeared in 1990, 91. Um, it only had like 60, 65 episodes. The original voice of Baloo the bear was voiced by a Phil Harris, but he was too old to do it, and they gave it to somebody else with a younger voice. This is a Disney production. I think it came on ABC. I'm not. I'm not sure. It might have came on Fox too, because a lot of Disney productions came on Fox when you had Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, DuckTales. They were all the same people. Back in the 90s, Disney had cartoons on every channel. Disney had Saturday mornings on lock. It's really not too much to go on this, but I remember watching it, grabbing my favorite bowl of cereal, reading the box of cereal in between commercials, because back then that's what we did, and trying to see if we could eat enough cereal to get the prize out of the box, because that's what we did. we,
Oh man.
we had we should do that cereals in the 90s, old school cereals. I don't even think Sugar Smacks is around anymore.
It's still around, but I refuse to eat that cereal.
They're still around. This is back when Cinnamon Toast Crunch had three chefs instead of the cereal toast characters. But I don't got nothing else on this one. It was um, I should have went with Animaniacs. That's what I should have went with. But I liked Tailspin, and yeah, I did because I like the Jungle Book. The Jungle Book original Jungle Book came out in 1967. So yeah, it's not really too much to go on this, but that's it on this one.
7A, I'm gonna come to you first. You got something on it? I know you got something on this. 7A was
Yeah, yeah,
definitely watching this.
yeah. Tailspin definitely was a good show. I definitely remember Tailspin. Oh yeah, Tailspin.
Oh,
I remember that.
Hit him.
Uh, yeah, I love Tailspin. It wasn't like I said, it wasn't one of my favorite shows, but it was. I wasn't walking away from the TV when it was on. It was definitely worth watching, but like Derek said, it was short lived. But for some reason, they played a lot of the reruns. They might as well kept it on TV.
yeah, it went into syndication after they stopped making them, and most of the time you can see it on back then, and you can find it on Disney Kids or something like that back then, and or I think, like I said, I think Fox because they ran a lot of Disney programming. Um, but they didn't make any more episodes.
Hmm. How many seasons it has? Salute, Sheila. Salute, Queen.
One season, 65 episodes.
Wow. Hmm. Mac, you got something on this before we move on?
Yeah, I used to watch Tailspin. That was one of so this. I don't remember this coming on Saturday mornings. I remember this coming on after school. That's why it had so many episodes. It was 66 episodes because it came on every day after school. I don't remember this being a Saturday morning cartoon in my era when it came out. And I did used to watch it because it used to come on they used to do Batman, Gargoyles, Tailspin, Darkwing, and that was like the your after school run.
Yeah, I
So
remember that lineup on Fox.
yeah, I used to watch it. Man, Baloo always been one of my favorite cartoon characters. Him and King Louie.
Do you remember his song from Jungle Book?
Hell yeah, which one, Baloo or King Louie?
Nah, King Louis' song was hard, but Baloo's song,
Yeah,
Bare
hell
necessity.
yeah. What you mean?
gotta have the their
Spirit
necessities,
animal.
the
Yeah, I know what
simple,
Yeah, man.
their necessities.
Every
Mother
time
Nature's
worry in your
necessities,
size.
I mean, the
Yeah,
band.
their necessities.
I know that one.
those sweet
Yeah,
old
I'm
nature's
done with you at
recipes.
78. You at 78 is crazy, yo.
Those good old
I mean,
nature
but I
recipes.
mean, cartoons back then, man, they were. I mean, they have you singing. They had adults singing the songs back then. You know, and King Louis' song "I Want to Be Like You."
I
Now,
want to be like
I like
you
that. Actually, that was a good song.
and learn
I
to
like that
be
song.
like someone like
Scatman, what was it? Was it Scatman Carruthers or Catman Carruthers, the guy who voiced Hong Kong
Scatman Voice
Fooey?
King Louie.
Yeah, yeah, but have you heard it by Christopher Walken?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you didn't see that one, Mac?
Well,
Christopher Walken, he
He did a good
nailed it.
I didn't
job.
watch
Yeah, he
that.
did a
I
good job.
didn't.
He did a good
Yeah,
job.
he did a
Did you
good
see that
job.
one 78? The live action? Did you see
What's
the
that,
live
bro?
action? Did you see the live action to Jungle Book?
No, I didn't want to watch it because I thought they was gonna mess it up, man.
I feel you. I feel
Yeah,
you. Is
They
this
didn't really mess it up. It was good. It
I
was
didn't watch
good.
the. I didn't watch what they did to the Lion King either.
Me neither.
Oh, I
I
had to watch it.
I didn't like the Lion King like that. I didn't like
I like The Lion King. I liked as far as live action, The Lion King. What was the one? Beauty and the Beast. I didn't like Aladdin. I thought that was crap.
and you know what's
Um,
crazy? That's actually my favorite animated joint. As a kid, Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Yeah, I liked it Aladdin,
Well,
man.
the cartoon was live,
That's what I'm
but
talking about. I'm talking about the cartoon.
the live action was horrible to me.
I loved Aladdin. Aladdin was like my favorite Disney joint, man. I always wished I could get three wishes. You know what I'm saying, and all of that. But then, as I got older, I realized
You mean limitations? You mean provisos or wishes? I guess I just have to find our own way out of this cave.
well, you was gonna say so? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got something to say. Or
Yeah,
we
I'm
can move
tripping on
on.
everybody liking Aladdin. Everybody like Aladdin, man. I never. I mean, Aladdin was cool, the cartoon, but
I,
I
I,
I
love Aladdin.
I feel like they did far wrong, so I ain't gonna lie to you.
As far as Disney cartoons, only one I didn't get into was Snow White and the Lily White cartoons. But when it came to Fantasia and Aladdin and the Lion King and Beauty and the Beast, the cartoons hit. Now I didn't watch 101 Dalmatians, but I saw the movie.
Lady in the Tramp was my joint.
Yeah, Lady in the Tramp was
Lady
good.
in the
I ain't
Tramp.
gonna lie. So me
Lady in the
growing
Tramp.
up,
7A. You only like the name of it.
No,
You
Lady in the
only
Tramp
like.
was cool, man. Bro,
y'all,
I know
y'all,
that like, I know
y'all,
that
probably,
cartoon by heart, man.
y'all probably don't remember this one, but I was man. Look, my favorite Disney cartoon was Fifo Goes West. Growing up, I watched that
You know what? I
cartoon.
remember that. I don't remember what it was
I,
about, but I definitely
I,
remember.
I stopped watching it because I was watching it when my grandfather died, and I haven't watched it since. But when I got the news he passed away, I was watching Fifo Goes West. But that was like my favorite cartoon. That Jungle Book and Fern Gully.
Mm-hmm.
I
Dang,
saw
bro,
Fern Gully.
brought it back. He said Fern Gully. I have
I
my
Yeah,
saw Fern Gully. I like that. I like I
He
like
brought it
Fern
back.
Gully.
Last rainforest. What y'all know about that?
yeah.
What y'all know about that? I remember, man. I remember that. That ain't too old. It's old, but it
It's
ain't too.
old, but a lot of people don't
Fern
know.
Gully was good.
It ain't like 80s old. You know what I'm saying? But
Disney had live action movies back then too.
you know,
Remember Tron?
why I got you. Let's just go to yours, bro. Let's go to yours.
For mine,
I'm scared. I'm scared you're gonna slip away. So
for
I'm
me,
yeah, then now I'm gonna go to
yeah.
Derek, and then I'm gonna come to you.
All right, yeah,
Oh,
go
my next one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it's just like the first one. It's pretty short. Darkwing Duck.
Oh God, 70
When
man.
in trouble, you call DW.
I already told you
Darkwing
that.
Duck. Darkwing Duck. He came out in 1990 to 1992. On Disney Afternoon and Saturday morning. He was a combination of Batman, the Green Hornet, and the Shadow. Remember the Shadow? Um,
I
it,
don't. Look. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Derek. I don't remember
uh,
no shadow in my time. Salute to JG. Salute to my big bro JG, man. Shout
they
out to
did a live action movie called,
earlier.
I think it was called, yeah, it was called The Shadow with Alec Baldwin back in 80s. I think it was the 80s. He had on a purple suit, believe it or not. Uh, this took place in the city of Saint. I think it was called Saint or St. Um, let's see. He had all the attributes of Batman. His real name was
Who was? Yeah, thank you. Tell me, who was he? Really? What was his real identity? Where all my
Drake.
homies at? Yeah.
Drake Mallard
So
was Darkwing's real name.
was he the same dude from Tailspin?
No,
Um, no,
Okay.
Tailspin didn't have any ducks in it.
yeah.
You had Ducktales, then
I
you
mean,
had
DuckTales.
Darkwing.
He wasn't
Um,
in DuckTales. His identity wasn't in DuckTales. That's what I meant to say. I'm
well,
sorry.
Darkwing Duck was a spinoff of Ducktales, I do believe.
That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
You good? It had 91 episodes. It was the first of two spinoffs from Ducktales. I don't know what the second one was. Um, he had his little theme song. When in trouble, you call DW,
Yep.
and that was just basically it. It was a Disney project. Um, it was entertaining. I forget his catch line he used to say right before he pounced on the enemies. But he put his cape up like Batman, cast a shadow like Batman, and then he swooped down on them like Batman. He didn't just float down on a cloud like Superman after eating a bowl of Toucan Sam cereal. Just would you stop? I don't like Superman. I don't. I don't. I think Superman is overpowered, and they had to kill him to make him normalized. But
Don't, JG, don't crush Tay Tay dream, man. Don't trust
it's every week with Tay Tay. Yeah, I love it all. I love it.
and
But if you get a chance to watch
that's
DuckTales, you'll see every character that was in Darkwing Duck, especially like his. There was this one character. He was like a big, tall duck, and he had, he was kind of buff, but he wasn't as smart as Darkwing. I think he was a sidekick or something. And I think the other was Duck. Did DuckTales have Uncle Scrooge in it? I'm not sure, but I think the other spinoff is the one that had Uncle Scrooge and his nephews. So that's it on that one. It only was on for about a year before it went in syndication. It had 91 episodes because they showed it twice a week. One on the Disney
so
Channel
I
and one
only
on.
had one season.
No,
Yeah,
it came on every day after school too.
But
yeah.
I'm asking, did it have only one season?
No, it came on. It came on like Max said. It came on every day after school, and it came on Saturday morning too.
It did come on Saturday
Y'all
morning.
still ain't answering my question. Did it only have one
No, I
season?
said no. He said no.
Oh,
No, we said no.
okay.
Mac is saying it came on every day, which is true. But in my research, it said it did came on every day in the afternoon, but it also came on Saturday morning.
I remember when Darkwing Duck is literally growing up was my
Mm-hmm.
favorite cartoon.
When
Literally.
in trouble, you call DW.
Hmm.
Darkwing Duck.
Um,
Let's get
salute Dirk.
dangerous. That's his catchphrase. Let's get dangerous.
7-8. What you got on this? What you got on this? I know you got
Yeah,
something.
for sure. I definitely was a fan of Darkwing Duck. I liked all that anything that had to do with DuckTales, that type of thing. I was a fan of it. So yeah, I used to watch it. I didn't watch it every day though, but my little brother was more into it than me. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
okay.
Because like, man, I don't remember what I was watching. But I think I didn't. I don't think I only watched Darkwing Duck maybe like once or twice a week. I wasn't watching it every day though. My little brother, he loved it. He was watching it almost every day.
Okay. You knew his identity?
Uh No,
uh,
no.
KG said DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, and Robo Duck. Who was Robo Duck?
I remember Robo Duck. Oh, Robo Duck was fire. I forgot about that cartoon. Robo Duck was a fire man. Say,
I wish it have brought KG on.
and he actually had a man. His arm was a weapon. Oh man, like Robo Duck was fire.
Okay. Shoot, Mac, we gonna come to you. We gonna
Hong Kong food.
who was all right, man.
Hong Kong food.
Explain to the people who that is.
Oh, I'm gonna say there you go. There go my man. Hey, yeah, hey. So Hong Kong food. Scat Crothers did his voice. He actually did his voice. That's one of the great things about this show. Uh, Hong Kong Fooey name was Penrod Pooch. He was a janitor in a police station. And he had this infatuation with Rosemary. She was the 911 operator when people call in. And while he was cleaning, he'd hear one of the calls come through. He would jump in a filing cabinet and change from his janitor outfit to his kung fu outfit. Then he'll jump in a trash can and pull out in his little vehicle, that green vehicle in the back with the helicopter on it. And he'll go fight crime. And that cat that's with him right there was always helping him, kind of like in Inspector Gadget had his niece and the dog. That cat was the one that was always helping him, and he had this chop that he had this kung fu chop that always defeat his the villains. This was one of my favorite cartoons on Saturday mornings. It's a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. You had, what was that? Sergeant Flint was the fat police officer that worked in the office that didn't do nothing. He just came and arrested villains. That's all he did. But yeah, this is one of my favorite cartoons growing up. I love Hong Kong food.
Derek, you got something more on this pick?
Yeah, I do. I remember watching this cartoon. I'm trying to think of the theme song.
Y'all been the most sick.
Let's see, what's the theme song? Hong Kong Fooey. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Hong Kong Fooey. Number one super guy, I think.
Number one super guy.
That's what that's what Queen 71 just said. Blue Queen.
You know, so yeah, he was a janitor. He would go into his locker, come out.
The filing cabinet.
Come out, Hong Kong Fooey. His car would transform and fly.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember this cartoon. That was back when they had a lot of black voice actors going. It was a good cartoon. I wish they bring back cartoons like this, good, clean fun, but everything has to be adult now.
Don't get too dark if you can.
Right. It's just
my nephew gonna try to watch the rerun of this.
It's a good cartoon. It's again, man. You grab your peanut butter Captain Crunch. You tell your sister and brother to get out of the way, and you see who can get to the prize first in the box while watching Hong Kong Fooey. That was Saturday morning.
I ain't eating no peanut butter Captain Crunch. Y'all can have that.
The peanut butter Captain Crunch is bang.
That was my brother's favorite cereal.
I'm surprised that they ready, bro. The regular Captain Crunch and the peanut. I just ate a bowl of peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Don't get it wrong. I like peanut butter when I got older.
In my era,
that's what I was going to say. It's either the regular or Crunch Berries. I'm not even.
Man, give me the peanut butter.
Give me the regular. And I tell you this, and this was a sleeper, but y'all give me a box of Frankenberries. It's going down.
Oh yeah.
I hated them. I used to always, whenever they got popped, my mom knew I hate the berries, but my grandma, she always kept boxes and boxes of the berries, the peanut butter. Well, the Crunch berries.
Yeah, the Crunch berries.
So my cousin loved the berries. So what we'll do is, we got whoopings for that too. We'll take a big cake bowl, pour all the cereal in there, and then take all the berries out and put them in the bag for them. And I'll keep the regular for myself. So all that's doing that, man. Oh man, we got a whooping. I had to go outside and get a switch and everything. But now they come with the berries. Now they come with all berries.
Man, it was back in the day when it was fun to be a kid, man. No internet, no cell phones.
Back in these days, Derek.
Let me tell you about my best friend. He's a woman.
Back in those days,
you should get the song to either the Jeffersons or the Chico and the Man or the All in the Family or the Sanford and Son. And I could go on and on. The Courtship of Eddie's Father, My Three Sons,
Family Ties. What we do?
Family. Eh,
That was Family
mm,
Ties. So was crazy good. I
Yo,
just
mm,
Derek,
right
Derek
here.
OG, Derek OG, Derek
okay, I'll throw in Family Ties. Maybe some Fat Albert in the game.
I
You
watched all.
know, it was
You see what Tay said? Act a hater. How am I hating? I
it
like
was a
y'all.
different it
I don't,
was a
I don't know
different
about
time, man.
I don't know
Hey
about
look,
Kung Fu. I
hey
gave
look,
you credit for He Man. That was a good show.
I come from a generation, man, where you turn on the TV
I
and you go
understand.
get your cereal and you come back. By the time you come back, the TV been warmed up, and you bet not move once you sit down because you might mess up the reception.
Yeah, that same
Cause I
thing.
ain't holding the coat rack, the coat hanger on the back of the TV all day. I'm gonna sit down too.
JG Cookies Chris had a funny taste back then. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I never liked that.
Cookie Crisp, yeah, I ain't
I'm
like.
with
They
Mac.
had this fun. So I don't know if they changed the formula of all them cereals because I hated Cocoa Puffs back then, but I like them now. Like it's different. It's not even. It don't even taste the same.
Yeah.
They had a cereal
Y'all
back
like the
then
old TV
called
I put back?
Orange Juice Jones.
Y'all like the old TV I put back here for the thumbnail?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I bring back memories 7-8.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What,
Like them
what,
them little,
now,
them little antennas on top, boy.
what y'all
I
know
know.
oh,
about? Hey, what y'all know
oh, well,
about the Ralphie Crisp though?
you got to get the one with the turntable and the house speakers that was all in one. That weighed about 400 pounds. You needed three people to move it.
That floor model.
Yeah,
uh, let me go to 7-8's next pick, man.
I don't
You
know.
know.
What is 78? 78. You didn't say nothing about Hong Kong Fooey, did you?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
but
Go
no, I ain't got nothing to say. I didn't watch Hong Kong Fooey, bro.
What?
ahead. Okay.
I remember it
Hey,
being on.
see,
I never watched it.
Man.
so probably
I
wouldn't watch it either. Real OG.
don't know what year did it come out. You if I remember.
That Hong Kong Fooey, I watched the reruns. Hong Kong Fooey came out in the late 60s, early 70s.
Okay, well I don't know. They
yeah.
must replaying it. I remember it coming on TV. I just don't remember
Matter of
whoever.
fact,
Yeah, it came out in the.
it came out in 1974.
Yeah, I was 5 years old when it came out.
So
Dang,
I remember it being on
that
TV.
joint is older than that's the oldest cartoon on the pics. I thought I,
No.
No,
it's older than one that I thought.
no.
Well, you know what? It might not be. You know what? I just thought about
If they
something.
if they ready got Hanna Barbera stuff on there, trust me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got Hanna Barbera cartoon. My next pick is older than Hong Kong Fooey.
All right. Seven,
That's
eight.
probably the oldest cartoon on this list. My next
Let's
pick is
go.
the oldest cartoon on the list.
Let's go. What's your next one? 7.
My next one is Heathcliff, man. Heathcliff the cat, dog.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I love
This a
Heathcliff.
rip off of Garfield. Go ahead.
Yeah, come on,
Actually, hell no.
Garfield's a complete sucker compared to Heathcliff.
And actually, Garfield was in the cartoon.
Yeah, Garfield don't want no smoke.
Garfield, this is made by the same people that made Garfield, and Garfield was in the cartoon. Heathcliff used to punk Garfield.
Mm-hmm. Heathcliff was that dude, man.
Explain
Heathcliff,
explain it. Explain it.
it came out in the early '80s. Came out in the early '80s. Had 2 seasons, but it was I think the first season had like it was probably about 80 some episodes if you combine the first and second season, right? And they was in constant syndication, so you had Heathcliff for days, man. All like me and my cousins love Heathcliff. Uh, that one it was Heathcliff and the what's that, the Cadillac Cats,
Cadillac Cats.
man. And little dude was a player. He got him a bad cat too.
Hey, I was just gonna say he had a man.
What's her name? Cleo. What's her name? Cleo. Man, she was a stomp down boy. She was ready.
She was like a Jane Fonda workout chick.
yeah. She was with it.
Matter of fact, Heathcliff had him a bad one.
Yeah, he did. He could have had a couple of them. He could was a player. He's just Yeah, Heathcliff was getting to it. But but yeah, I enjoy Heathcliff. Man. I used to watch it all the time, and that's another cartoon I could watch right now just for nostalgia reasons. I could watch that for hours and go to sleep. Had good dreams as a kid.
Hey, well, 78. You got Pluto?
I think I do on my
Well,
fire
hey,
stick.
Heathcliff and Inspector Gadget is on Pluto. You can watch
That's
them
what's
all
up.
day.
Good.
Cause I still
Um,
watch Heathcliff.
you got something on that, Derek? On Heathcliff?
Yeah, I do, but there's noise in the background, so I had to mute y'all. Um,
Hey, go
I
ahead.
didn't like Heathcliff. I didn't like nothing like about Heathcliff. I thought he was a fat, lazy cat that ate nothing but lasagna, and his owner was PW by the
Wait, he ate
girlfriend
lasagna
he was
too?
That's
chasing.
Garfield.
Hold
That's
on.
Garfield. I
That
thought
is
that was
Garfield.
Garfield. That is not
Oh,
Heathcliff.
oh, they're the
Heathcliff
same
was.
cat to me. They both orange.
But hold on. Let me tell you, Heathcliff and Garfield are literally drawn and written by the same person. Garfield is
Really,
in the cartoon. Heathcliff used to pump Garfield.
Yeah.
really. Then
Yes.
I retract my
he said,
statement.
hey,
I should
hey,
Hey,
say,
shower.
um,
I don't remember shower say
say
go to
you
bed.
gotta go. You gotta go watch. Heathcliff used to beat up dogs.
Yeah.
Heathcliff was gangster.
Yeah.
Heathcliff
I
running.
remember the cats that hung out in the junkyard.
That
That
was the
was on
Cadillac.
Heathcliff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Cadillac.
Junkyard
I like
Cadillac.
them better than I like Heathcliff. They should have had their own cartoon. I don't know if they did,
It was two cartoons in one.
but I didn't get in. I'm sorry, I retract my statement. I didn't get into Heathcliff.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I can't let you.
Maybe because he reminded me so much as Garfield.
I
Now I
can't.
know they were drawn by the same people.
Yeah, I can't let you slander Heathcliff like that.
He put cases on Heathcliff.
Yeah, sure did put a whole case on it.
Yeah, he did.
Hey,
He
Tay,
did. He did.
Tay, you want to do this to me?
Right.
I never seen it. I know about Garfield because, of course, they did the movies, the live action movies around my time, and they would always play the reruns. Garfield. I didn't know about Heathcliff. Maybe I need to do my research on Heathcliff. You know what I mean? But shout out to 78. You know what I mean for his pick.
Yes, sir.
That was a great pick. Great pick.
Let me see. Let me see. I'm up next. Let me see. Yeah, this may be a little past OG's times, but Pokemon, man. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Pokemon, man. About a kid from Pallet Town named Ash Ketchum, and he had to catch these animal like creatures, and you had to battle those creatures and tame them and train them. And ultimately, when you would go to the different gyms, you would have to be a Pokemon master after you conquered all of the gyms and got all of your badges. You know, this when I was young, this was a great show. All the kids in my bracket, they loved it. To keep it real with you, I have a situation where I was in church and I battled somebody for their Charizard holographic card. Yeah, we had the trading cards. And I remember I fought in the church because I beat the dude in the battle and he didn't want to give me his card. And the pastor came downstairs and my mom was so disappointed in me. My mom gave me that look, and my mom was one of them ladies. She didn't have to hit you. She was like a nice person. So all she had to do was really look at you and she would just make you feel bad and you would be like, Dad, man, why I do that? And my pastor came down there and broke me and the kid up. Yeah. Act got into a scrap in the church over a Pokemon card. It's not a theory, it's a fact. Pastor Buxton, he came down there and regulated.
Pastor
Shout out
Bucks.
to Riverside
Hold on.
Church.
Was Pastor Bucks his real name? I mean, but Bucks was his real name?
No, his name was Buxton. His last name was Buxton.
Pastor Buck. Pass the Bucks.
It was
Yeah,
Buxton.
don't go to that
It was
church.
it was Buxton.
Yeah,
Man.
Pastor
That's too close. That's too close.
I'm glad you don't go to that church no more.
Bucks.
So he
Who was Pastor Bucks?
He did drive a G-Wagon. So you could say that,
Oh,
man.
don't ask no questions. Don't ask no questions. Why the pastor gotta have a good house? Why the pastor gotta have a good car? Don't ask no questions. Just pass him up.
He was a Harlem dude, man. Gotta keep it real. I gotta be real about everything. He said Pokemon coach is funny. He said Pokemon thugs in the church.
Like I see you after the service. You gonna give me that card.
Yo, bro, I really fought him for that. Yo, that Charizard holographic card was a big deal when I was.
Yeah, it was. It still is, but yeah, it was.
That HP was 120. It was hard to,
No one had the Charizard card.
Yeah, it was hard to come across that. So, like I said, my mom was real disappointed in me when my pastor went down there. It was like, Red, you better get your son. You know what I mean? And I was over there. I was scrapping with the dude. And you know what was crazy? You want to know the crazy part about that whole situation? Me and him was God brothers.
Can you see going right hook? I choose you.
Yo, for real. That it was that type of time. Yo, that type of time. It was downstairs where they used to sell the refreshments at. I remember everything so vividly. It was downstairs where they sold the refreshments at. And I ain't gonna lie, I was really mad about that. Because I won fair and square. And he was older than me. He was like in my sister's age group. You know what I mean? My older sister. And I felt a certain way.
I just can't see Act balling out for a Pokemon card, man. The calm guy now balling out at church over a game. He was like, man.
I just amateur box.
He said, I see you in the parking lot. I'm gonna hit you with my Squirtle.
I remember that. All the way tight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just
keeping my goodness,
bro. I'm just keeping it real. I was real young then too. So yeah.
Oh boy, that's classic. That is classic. That is classic.
I did. I probably a little bit. I don't know if I would tell my kids, but I'm telling y'all.
Tell them. So they can laugh too.
You know what I'm saying?
It's okay to tell our kids the foolish things that we have done.
That's why
that we don't do no more.
I ain't got no kids because they don't need to know none of the stuff I did.
I tell my daughter all the time about some of the stupid stuff I used to do. And it's okay, man.
Queen stupid. She said he was the little Rudy Poo man. I wasn't a Rudy Poo. Queen, I won that fair and square. 7-8.
Act was Team Rocket. Act was Team Rocket.
7-8. Was I wrong for that? Where you at, 7-8? I was wrong because I beat the older dude and he couldn't accept the loss.
You was Team Rocket.
You was wrong because you was fighting in the church.
You was balling in the church.
I started the fight. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
See,
you gotta protect what's yours, no matter where you at.
Thank you. See,
that was
I
right.
like criminalized. Mac, I'm disappointed in you, man.
Hold on, wait, time out. Just because I said you was wrong don't mean you didn't have a right to do it. I did a whole. If I told you some of the stuff I did in church, matter of fact, we can't even talk about it on this channel.
Oh yeah.
I was wrong, but that don't mean I didn't do it. It is what it is.
I
Matter of fact,
told
I tell
somebody
you
a
what,
while ago,
we
just
watched
because I
Jason,
don't talk about it, don't doesn't mean I haven't done it.
and we had a church lock in one time, and I brought Jason Lyric, the director's cut, and we watched it in church.
Oh wow. Yeah, 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 yeah,
What year was that at?
yeah. Maybe 2003.
2003. App was playing Mama Said Knock You Out in his brain over his
Shout out
Pokemon.
to Queens. Out there used to chilling in Jamaica in Hollis, in Jamaica, Queens, and Hollis. So yeah, you're not off. You're not
Well,
completely.
you gotta sing the song now. You gotta sing the opening line of the song, Act.
What Mama said, knock you out.
No, the Pokemon song.
I wanna be the
He's
very
the
best
very
that
best.
no
And
one
no one ever. Dun, 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 dun. The cat Tim is my greatest quest.
to train him is my call. Oh man, you bringing me back. You bringing me back. That's one of the greatest of all time, bro.
Hey man, hey, I could never do the rap song part of it. I could never do the rap song.
Gotta catch
The
him all.
Oh,
Pokemon rap towards the end of the show, I could never do it.
hey, 78. This daytime, because I ain't gonna lie to you. My little brother used to watch this show. I hated
Man, I
Pokemon.
never watched Pokemon.
Me neither. The
I
only
did.
reason I even know him is because of my little brother. He was so addicted to Pokemon.
It was a good
I
show.
watched it. It was and I played the game. I
The game,
played the Yu-Gi-Oh game too. I was better at the Yu-Gi-Oh game than I was at Pokemon. I should
look
have
at
threw
Tay Tay.
Yu-Gi-Oh
Tay
over
Tay
here.
said bye. Tay Tay, stop hating. God, Tay Tay. I
What
ain't
she
even
said?
hate. I gave a lot. I gave y'all credit for y'all cartoons. The hate is real.
I wonder if Tay Tay watched the wrestling cartoons when she was young. Hulk Hogan had one.
I didn't even know they had cartoons.
Yeah, back in the '80s, I used to watch the was it Superstars of Wrestling? What's it
Yeah, it
called?
was a
Yeah.
superstar wrestling.
Yeah, I remember that.
Hulk Hogan had his own cartoon too.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Who else? Did Ultimate Warrior had one, and it
He
was some,
did?
or was he on the wrestling?
I don't remember. Warrior had
Oh
one.
no.
Hold on. I think he was. No, he was on the wrestling cartoon.
D man, stop hating on me, man. He said I should.
J J JG said Inuyasha, which was a good show. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. I
And
like
this is somebody
Inuyasha.
our age. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, JG. JG, no. JG, no. Thank you, JG. I appreciate you, big bro. And this is he older than you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hulk
Shout out
Hogan
to
Rock
JG.
and Wrestling was the name of that
What
cartoon.
about
It was
them clams?
Hulk Hogan had that cartoon, and yeah, that was it. Hulk Hogan Rock and
And
Wrestling,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
1985 to
Yu-Gi-Oh!
1980.
did used to come on Saturday too.
Man, I
You know,
don't know nothing about them. I'm gonna let y'all have them.
you know what I'm saying? Yu-Gi-Oh was good. But all right, so yeah, y'all say y'all ain't watch it. Um let's go back. Let's go back. Back to you, Derek.
Okay, let me see. Go ahead, honey. Okay, let me shut the door. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Oh, okay, the Smurfs.
God.
Da 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 da
I
da
gave
da
you a new
da
picture.
da da da. Mhm. That's okay. That's okay. You realize all the Smurfs had had a flaw. You had Grouchy, you had Brainy, you had Vanity. He never put down the mirror. You had what was the other one? Brainy. Yeah, one that was all scared, sickly, and then when all these guys were problems, it was one woman hanging out with them. Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, the Smurfs, produced by Hanna Barbera with SEPP International. Um, Came out September 12th, 1981 to excuse me to December 2nd, 1989 on NBC. The Smurfs first came out in a comic in 1958. It was created by a Belgian comic artist named Peypo, also known as Pierre Culliford, and it did very well.
How many seasons did it have?
The Smurfs was on for years.
How did this eight eight
Hey,
seasons?
yeah, that's
Well, the
respectable.
cartoon, the cartoon, the cartoon had 8 seasons and 256 episodes.
Ah,
It was on for a long time, and at that time, the Smurfs only came on Saturday. Around the same time, it went up against Bugs Bunny and I think Tom and Jerry. Um, the Smurfs at that time lived in a cursed land, lived in a rocky land known as the Cursed Land. Um, when they made the cartoon, they put them in the Mushroom Village. It kind of almost looks like uh, the mushrooms from Donkey Kong. Uh, as for Gargamel, their nemesis, he wanted the Smurfs because he wanted their life force. He believed it was the only way to get power. He also created Smurfette to spy on the Smurf and to create discord. But Smurfette wanted to be a real Smurf, so Papa Smurf cast a spell, turned her excuse me, I'm sorry, turned her hair from black to blonde, and she hung out with him ever since.
they said that
Uh,
that was the only woman. Is that true?
That is
she
false. That is false. She wasn't
No,
even the
look,
first.
look. Pooh Man said she was the only woman.
she was the only woman until Gargamel created another one.
No, she wasn't even the first woman.
She
Sassette
wasn't.
was the very first Smurf female. She came along later, which was Smurfette. Do you know they had Vexy, they had Daisy Smurf, they had Smurfafly, and
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Mac holding the set.
Come on now, y'all. Come on now. This can't be your favorite cartoon, and you didn't know that.
Nah, he younger.
Yes, it can be my favorite cartoon, and
No,
yes, I did not know that. I only knew that it was the one that Papa Smurf turned her hair from black to blonde. And I do remember in later episodes they had another one, but she came later, and I don't remember her in the village as part of
Look
the
at
dance
South.
of the 101 Smurfs. I
Sassette
didn't
was
see her in the lineup, but I saw Smurfette.
Sassette was a
Some
kid Smurf. Yes,
Smurf
she was. Sassette was a kid Smurf.
culture says Smurf fight.
Even in this picture, you see three female Smurfs.
I can't see three female Smurf.
You
I
see
see
that.
from
You see
One in
Smurf.
the
You
back.
see,
There's one in the back though.
yeah.
the one from left to right. Yeah, I was looking at that. I don't remember her.
Mhm. That was Daisy right there by Papa Smurf.
Yeah, I don't remember her. I remember Brainy. I think the one with his hands on the hips, that's the strong guy. The one in the jacket, I think that's the artist. And I can't see anything until I see Smurfette.
The one right behind Smurfette with the eyelashes. That's how I know it's a female because they the only ones that had eyelashes.
Hmm. You learn something new every day. And I didn't like Pooh Man. I agree with Pooh Man. He said I see too, but I didn't know there was a Sassette. I don't remember a female with a red hat. Neither do I. Neither do I. But
Dang.
I didn't
JG.
see all. The Smurfs came on right before Gummy Bears, and Gummy Bears was a spinoff of the Smurfs. So NBC back then they had a good strong Saturday morning.
I thought Gummy Bears was a spinoff of Care Bears.
You sure? Because Care Bears was a whole different people.
I know. I don't know.
We should have put Care Bears on there,
No, you should.
or My Little Pony.
I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but I did not. I like Gummy Bears. I did not like Care Bears. Care Bears stare. Man, in my Adrian Broner voice, man, so fast.
Thank you for controlling your language. We appreciate
Hey
it.
man, that's not their fault, man. They got together and they locked arm in arms and they stared you down. I mean, what better way but to cast your love on somebody?
Man. What you think about
Hey,
the Care Bears?
78, where you at? Where you at? What you think about this?
Really?
He said,
784.
he
I
said,
smashed Murphy in the 88.
hey.
Wow.
One for JJ.
No, I'm gonna pray for you, 78.
The Smurfs was the truth, though. I like the Smurfs.
I'm telling you.
I like the Smurfs a lot. It's a lot of stuff I want to say I can't say. But Gargamel's real weird symbolic character there.
Wasn't he though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, real symbolic character Gargamel do. But other than that,
Wow.
Smurfs was definitely
I'm sorry, Mac. Yeah, Culture just took a shot at me because he knows he can't. He can't get at me, man, because I'm too good with the comebacks. But I can't say what I want to say here, so I'll let you be on this one. Hey, Ag, you remember that 7-headed dragon from Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon?
I don't even remember Dungeons and Dragons having a
You don't
cartoon.
remember the cartoon?
It gotta be before my time. Gotta be. Because I don't remember I remember Dungeons and Dragons, the video game.
Right. Well, Culture, that's Culture. That's what he looked like in person. Like the seven-headed dragon from Dungeons and Dragons, and they all had different voices too. So I guess he walking around with split personalities, but I'll leave that one alone.
Yes, sir. So y'all got nothing else on this before we move on to the next one?
I'm gonna have to do some more background because I want to know if there was more than one Smurf lady. I just gotta know because I don't. It's okay for me to be wrong. It's not okay for me to stay wrong. And I want to know now because, like, man, I'd be 55 on the first, and I only knew there was one lady Smurf. So now I want to know. Fraggle White was good.
Yeah. JG said. 7A, you had anything else on that, OG? Or are you good?
No, I'm good, bro.
Okay. So
Thank you, Queen 71. It was 100 Smurfs, and then after Smurfette came, it was 171 Smurf because they did the dance. Dun, dun. I still, if Max said it is, I gotta take him for his word. I just gotta find out more.
Yeah, but
I
Go ahead.
go ahead and cue up my next one. That
Go ahead, Mac.
man, this is the oldest cartoon on all of our lists. It's probably older than most of the people in the chat and in the room. This is Wacky Races. It was another name as well called Amazing Races. I love the hell out of this cartoon because it was man
Go ahead. Break it down because
dastardly,
I never seen this in my life. So go ahead.
dastardly and Mudley are like they were the original villains of Hanna Barbera. They had their own cartoon too, but in this it was actually all of the like literally all of the Hanna Barbera cartoon characters raced. Like all of them. Yogi Bear had a car. Um, um, Quick Draw McGraw had a car. Snagglepuss had a car. Adam's Family had a car. Frankenstein had it. Like every cartoon that they had. In what was it? The Inspector Squirrel or Detective Squirrel. He had a car. Like everybody had cars. They were creative cars. They had weapons. They had little tricks, and they was racing across the. You had some racing on land. You had one where they was racing in space. It was amazing racing, wacky races, and Dastardly and Dudley was always trying to stop people from winning, and they get in first place, and then they'll set up traps for everybody else. Yeah, Magilla Gorilla had a car. Grape Ape was in it, had a car. And they was always setting up traps trying to stop people, and Muttley was always laughing at Dastardly because Dastardly was always getting messed up, like kind of like the Coyote was when he was getting messed up by Roadrunner. It was like Dastardly would set up a trap and get done in the dough. These was one of this was the original races, and this came out in 1968.
was this Hanna Barbera? The
Yes,
same people. And it was this what I'm trying to say. The people who did Yogi Bear.
yes,
Uh,
Okay.
KG said I remember this on USA. It came on USA.
yes. It did come on USA after school. It was USA Express.
Yep.
That was later. That started coming on in the 90s when USA came out, but this was back in the 80s. It came on Saturday mornings when they do Yogi Bear and they do like Tom and Jerry, Yogi Bear, and the very last cartoon in that lineup was always Wacky Races because they put all of them on there. Josie and the Pussycats was a Hanna Barbera cartoon. Jabba Jaws was a Hanna Barbera cartoon. The Snorkels was a Hanna Barbera cartoon. Like yeah, it
Remember
was
the snorkels.
all of them. Well, the Snorkels didn't race in it because they was in the water, but Speed Buggy.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
Yes, sir. You got anything on this 7-8?
This particular show, I remember real vaguely because the Hanna Barbera shows used to come on like one after the other, like a lot of them, and I remember them. But this show, but it wasn't like one of my favorites. I watched all the time. I should just catch. I don't know my pops and moms and pops love Hanna Barbera. You know what I'm saying? So whenever they catch it on, if like Saturday morning, if my pops wasn't watching westerns or something, right, and if Hanna Barbera stuff was on, Flintstones, any of that stuff, he sitting down, he'll check it out. You know what I'm saying? While he eating him some of them canned that potted meat. Remember that potted meat? He eat some potted meat with crackers. You know what I'm saying? And he'll check that stuff out, man. But this is his era of cartoon. He loved them. I watched them too, but I wasn't a huge fan of this one. I don't remember well enough to really talk about it like Mac do.
Man, you had Penelope Pit Stop on it. In this show, the villains were the superstars of the show. The whole thing was based on them.
Right, right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, 7-8. Let me come to you. Let me come to you. Let's go to the next one.
For my my next show, my next
Yeah, next pick.
my next one, I'm gonna go with Ninja Turtles, man.
Uh-oh.
Teenage
He
Mutant
cheated.
Ninja
Cheated.
Turtles.
He
Teenage
cheated.
Mutant Ninja
Cheated.
Turtles. Teenage
It's
Mutant
transcended time.
Ninja
You
Turtles.
cheated, 7-8.
Years and a
Go ahead.
half ago.
Explain the whole situation.
Well, Ninja Turtles came out late '80s, I think like '87 or something, to
Mac
about
dropped off.
huh?
I couldn't hear that. He was talking and he just dropped off.
No. I didn't drop. I was trying to let him do his
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Yeah, it's like it went from from '87 to like the mid '90s, '96 or something like that. But I wasn't watching in the mid '90s. Ninja Turtles was one of my favorite cartoons from the late '80s up until I want to say '91, '92. I'm gonna say '92. I stopped watching the show. Um, it became real childish. It was. I mean, I was getting older too, so I was getting older. I was doing other stuff, listening to Josie albums and stuff. Just Josie SWV albums. Just and then watching Ninja Turtles just don't go together. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was getting older, and then when the movie Secret of the Ooze came out, I was officially done with them. I was just done with the Ninja Turtles after that. It became everybody at school, nobody rocked with them no more. Like they was cool. Ninja Turtles was cool, and then like it's like one year you go to school, and it's like people got Ninja Turtles backpacks and Ninja Turtle skull caps and little stuff like that, and then like '91 or '92 come around, it's like I mean after the first movie because the first movie was cold, but once Secret of the Ooze came out, it was after that it was just starter coats, starter jackets, sports teams. What nobody think about Ninja Turtles no more. My little brother loved them, but I was done with them. I loved it. I loved the show though. Loved the characters. Loved the storyline. Um, the villains. Everything about Ninja Turtles was just the truth. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Man,
Derek or Stay Ready. Y'all got anything?
man,
I know y'all got stuff.
can go
I know
out.
y'all got something to say.
I can go all day about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, from Crane, from Bebop and Rocksteady to Shredder,
From Mutagen. Talk about the mutagen.
man, Master Splinter, April O'Neil, and I'm still mad that the person they cast in the first, man. Oh well, Casey Jones, like, man, that was the cartoon, and Raphael is still my favorite turtle. I don't
I
care.
agree. I agree
I don't
wholeheartedly.
care. You know, originally I know everybody loved Michelangelo because he was the character that they made for people to love.
That
And
ain't true. That ain't true in New York. Everybody in New York like Raphael.
I grew up liking Raphael. JG said Donatello was it. I never met somebody that liked Donatello.
Only person I ever knew that liked the Donatello was my cousin from Southside
I
Jamaica.
like Donatello.
You be in
Oh
78?
yeah, and 78 did too. I knew it was somebody else from the community. Only other, but you got to understand, Donatello did have a lot of good qualities. He was the inventor. He planned stuff and mapped stuff out. But me personally, I'm in line with Matt. With, with Stay Ready. I liked it. Raphael, my personality is more like Raphael's. And I think that's why a lot of people from New York like it.
Raphael's that dude, man. But a lot of people hating on Donatello because he was black.
If you ever watched the Ninja Turtles Ronin, the comics and all of that, he ends up actually passing away. I mean, he ends up getting murked. So you actually wouldn't buy them comics.
Man,
Hey, you know what? Hey, yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we got to do that. We might have to
We
cover.
have to. We can't do it right now because that's a long comic. We
Yeah,
actually
it
got.
is. It is very long. You know who know about that?
I
And
read
I
it
was
already.
surprised they knew about that. Cadillac Red. Cadillac Red know about that comic.
Yeah, I didn't
Red
read the
hit me up
whole.
one day, and I remember we was texting and we was talking about that. And Red was like, "Yeah, da 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 da, da. You know this happened," and I was like, "Let me find out, Red. Let me find out."
That's dope.
Yeah. So, you got something on this, Derek? Before I go to
I
my
didn't really have a, I didn't really have a favorite mutant turtle. I did enjoy the cartoon. Uh, I just, well, let me think. I thought Angelo was uh, closely made to similar as far as attitude and everything as Bart Simpson at the time. Uh, but I really didn't have a favorite. I just enjoyed the cartoon. I didn't dress up like them for Halloween or nothing. I just enjoyed the cartoon. That's all I got on this.
okay, okay, and I'll just say this was a really good pick. I can't disagree with this pick. Ninja Turtles was a really good pick. I gotta give OG credit on this one. This is definitely a good pick. This is something that transcended time, even though I watched the reruns of this. Of course, I didn't watch it live. Probably how 78 and Derek and Mac did, but I got to see it. And when they was watching it, Ninja Turtles wasn't owned by Nickelodeon. In my time, they was owned by Nickelodeon.
My time it was Fox.
So yeah,
I did have it in all of their toys too.
JG agreed. Let me find out, JG. You don't even know 7-8. He said 7-8, tell him. You don't even know 7-8. This
Hey
is my
man,
man.
hey
This
man,
is my man from the gaming community.
hey,
7-8. Stop turning my people. Stop
hey
turning
man,
my
Ninja
people.
Turtle, Donatello team gotta stick together, man. Raphael, look, I love Raphael, especially his weapons. The Sai, that was my favorite weapons.
Oh, he said I'm sub to 7-8. I ain't
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah, yeah.
7-8.
I
7-8.
love the Sai. I love all them weapons. Look, the Sai, nunchucks, the katana, but Donatello's that pole, man. I was cold with the pole, man. You know I used to do martial arts, man.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
but
yeah. I remember you talking
but the
about
pole was always real. That came real easy for me, man. Man, I'm telling you, I was cold with that. That's why I like Donatello too, because of that. Came easy for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, good pick. Good pick, 7-8.
At your turn, champ. What you got?
Oh man. Um Spider-Man, man.
Spider sense is tingling.
You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man, man, the animated series.
It
Y'all
was.
know this. Y'all know the story, man.
It came from my time.
Yeah, yeah. It's still,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. You right. You right. You right. You right. I guess I did grow up off of the repeats. I give you that. But
It's
I
crazy.
I really like this one, and it resonated with. It's crazy because I didn't even like the spectacular and other Spider-Mans that came out after it as much as this one. And they're talking about doing a redo of this because of the X-Men 97, because of the success with X-Men 97. The dude that voiced this character, Mac, you know what he said? He said they didn't hit me up about it. He said, I didn't know that. He said they didn't hit me up about it. This was a great cartoon about a young teenage kid from Queens and farmers. I hate to say it, from the same hood as Trump. You know, he gets bit by a radioactive spider, and he ends up getting spider-like abilities. And because his uncle Ben ends up being Merc, he ends up wanting to take up the mantle of a Spider-Man, and coming up with a costume, and realizing that with great power comes great responsibilities, and he's willing to put it all on the line because he has these powers, and trying to fight crime in Manhattan, where he's a photographer for the Daily Bugle for J. Jonah Jameson.
One for JJ.
And I just always loved this because it used to come on all the time on Fox Kids when I was a kid. It used to come on all the time, the reruns. And I will try to watch all the episodes in order the best as I could. And I really love this stuff. Like the morals, everything that was going on in it was good. You didn't get to catch it a little bit older than me. Guess what? You missed out. You definitely missed out on this.
Anybody
So
my age know that this that they caught this cartoon. It came on after school. I know they watched it on Fox.
go ahead, Mac. Talk about it. That's all I
Man.
got on it.
So this is the later version because the first cartoon that came out when I was a kid was Spider Man and Friends. It had Spider Man, Iceman. Man, it was dope. And Iceman used to travel around town on ice, like he spread on it, but it was dope. But when this came out, it was like, damn, they brought Spider Man back, sit in front of the TV, and it was coming on after school. It didn't come on Saturdays. Um, all the episodes they had, man, I remember in this they literally had all most of all the villains. They had Craven.
I tell you what, they had all of the Sinister Six.
Yeah, they had all
Had
of them.
all of the Sinister Six.
Everything. The only thing I think they were missing, they didn't have. I don't remember them. I don't remember Mysterio being in the cartoon, but I do remember.
That's a lie. You a
He
lie.
was there. No, I said I don't remember. I
You
said
a
don't
lie.
remember.
You a
How am I
lie.
lying? I said I can't tell you what I remember. How you gonna tell me what I remember?
I gotta go country folk on y'all. You a lie.
Hold on. I said I don't remember. I didn't say he wasn't there. Come on, Sam.
They definitely have.
Get your ish together. I said I don't remember. He gonna tell me I'm lying. How can I remember?
You got Disney Plus?
I'm lying.
You got Disney Plus?
Yeah, I got it. I just ain't watching it.
Could you do watch parties?
Yeah.
If you could do watch parties, send me a watch party and I'll show you.
All right. But I ain't gonna do it today. But yeah.
I ain't say today. You ain't.
But yeah, I remember.
You should be off tomorrow. It's Veterans Day tomorrow.
Who off?
Oh, okay. Thought you was off.
No, Tim. I got projects due.
Okay. Go ahead. You got something else to say?
No, I'll let everybody else go, man. I did enjoy that cartoon. Ain't he, D-Man? Ain't he?
He said he always calling somebody. I got that from you. 7-8. Do you remember this? You
Spider-Man cartoon. I was never a fan of Spider-Man. I always hated him, bro. Yeah,
he
man.
lived in New York and he hated Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man was just, man, he just, I don't know, man. It's like I liked him for a little bit, and then he just, I don't know. He just never. He was one of the characters that never never really made me like stick with him. Like I got bored with the character, man. And then Halloween, all the little kids used to always dress up as Spider-Man. And I just like, man, we used to snatch their bags and run. Like Spider-Man is weak to me, man.
7-8. How you didn't like him? And he used to have like 100 girls, and his girlfriends would be mad at him because he had to explain about the other.
Man, Spider-Man, I just can't do it, man. I tried to like him, man, but he just, I don't know, bro.
I hate about Spider-Man OG is I got bit by a spider and I ain't getting no spider powers or nothing. I ain't got no spider sense. I can't climb the walls. I can't shoot webs.
Spider sense is tingling.
Yeah,
I
I
got
don't,
bit.
maybe I just don't like his. I don't know. It just never. I never watched the Spider-Man movies either.
Oh, you didn't?
I never.
Wow,
I never,
you
bro.
was
Like
been in
everybody
your
keep.
prime when
Everybody keep
Toby
telling.
Maguire, because you and Toby Maguire probably around the same age.
Everybody told me to watch him, man. But I just. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to go back and binge watching.
The one
And
with Tobey
I'm
Maguire
not
is the
gonna
best
lie to
one.
you and say all of them was good. But I keep it real. In the new one, in the first one of the movies, I know exactly who you gonna like and you gonna text. I promise you. I know exactly who you gonna like and you gonna text. You're gonna be like, yo, hey, yeah.
I'm gonna check it out though. I liked his comics though for some reason. Like he always had cool looking comic books, man. When I be in like the store and stuff, the comic stores, Spider-Man
Mhm.
comics always intrigued me. But like the cartoon, I don't know why. I don't know why I could never get into it.
D Man said, you hear what D Man said? No, that was just Texas War. He said I got bit by a spider and I was able to move fast.
I'm sure you did.
No, no, that was just Tex Mex. That's all that was, champ. That's all that was. Um, Derek, you got anything on that before
I
we come
think
back?
what 78 said he didn't like the cartoon, but he was more drawn to especially the cover of the comic. I was just thinking back then Todd McFarlane used to draw Spider-Man.
Yes, he did. Yes, sir.
So it could be his artwork. I know I'm looking to get Todd McFarlane's I think we always talk about it when Wolverine fights the Incredible Hulk and Wendigo, and right now it's a little bit pricey for me, especially everybody knows, or the people who collect know that that's Todd McFarlane's artwork. So his artwork, I love it. I love Todd McFarlane's artwork. I love every issue, every page of Spawn and his spinoffs. I just wish the cartoon or the movie was better. But I remember Spider Man and Friends. I remember this Spider Man, and I liked it. I didn't rush to see it because I already knew the storyline. Hell, I saw the original movie that came out. I think it came out. Was it made for TV? Came out in the early '80s or something like that. But yeah, I don't have a problem with Spider Man. I've seen all the movies. I've seen all the cartoons. I've seen all the spin-offs. So I like Spider Man. He's not
Um,
my first choice though. Did you
um,
did you see the episode in this Spider Man where he turns into a giant spider?
yeah, I remember that. That was around the time he ran into Morbius.
Yeah.
As around the time he runs into Morbius. I just want to say to Pool Man, because I heard your comment that you said earlier, and you was like, "Yo, could you put up this certain thing?" I just want you to know, brother. It's not that I was ignoring you or anything like that, because I love you to death. You my first sub on this channel. You and Derek Gaines. My thing is, I actually pre-do all of the stuff that we pick. That's why you see our pictures with the little tag at the bottom. So I can't just pull up something if you didn't tell me um in advance. So I don't want you to think that I forgot about you or anything. I'm just letting you know that. Derek, let's go, man. Let's go to the next one.
Somebody asked in the chat, wasn't X-Men Saturday morning?
Yeah, it was. It was on Saturday. At
Yeah,
least
yeah.
when I was a kid.
No, it came on after school too.
Nah. It came on when I was because I looked it up. It did come on.
But
You
that,
know,
but you,
you
now
know
you
why I
talking about
looked
the
it up?
one. You ain't talking about the one me and Stay Ready grew up watching. I think you watching
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
one.
Nah, that one was. It did come on
No, that
Saturday.
can't.
Or maybe it was a
I'm
rerun.
gonna tell you,
You know why I say that? I,
Fox had a lineup, and
I
I'm
looked it
telling
up.
you,
I looked it up, and
you
they
might just look
said
it
it.
up. I'm gonna tell you, I never watch X Men on Saturdays. It
I
always came
remember it after school too. I remember now the spin-offs may have been on the weekend,
you know, it's
like
probably
the
on the
X-Men
weekend.
Evolution or the
Yeah,
one where the Wolverine was leading the X-Men.
but
But
the
Drew Titan,
original
yo,
Man, Evolution. Shout
X
out to
Men,
Titan.
X Men came on. X
Shout
Men
out
was
to
the
my man.
very first one that came on too.
Cause I had originally had X Men on my list
Me too.
for a Saturday morning cartoon, and then when I mentioned it to my brother, he was like, "No,
See,
remember."
thank you, Drew. Thank you. I knew I wasn't bugging. It was on Saturday on Fox. Thank you, bro.
My brother, yeah, because my brother, I had it on my list. And my brother was like, "No, X Men came on. We used to come on after school and watch it." I'm
Yeah,
like,
well, you got to realize that you guys are in different region than I am,
right,
so it might not been the same programming as day in and day out. You know how they put on the most popular cartoons that's popular also in that region. Since X-Men was basically a what was it, upper state New York thing. So yeah.
It could have been. Look, it could have been that. You could be completely right. But I remember that joint. Me watching the reruns, watching
Uh
that on Saturday. It used to come on after Jackie Chan's adventures. Real
See,
talk.
Jackie Chan Adventures in here, that came on 64 here in the after school. So
I never watched Jackie Chan. I don't know nothing about it, but I remember
it was a crazy fun cartoon to watch.
X Men was like I didn't care about nothing else at that time when X Men came on because I was coming home straight after school. I'm supposed to be doing homework now, turning it straight to Fox and
See,
watching. And after X Men, I was flipping back and forth between ABC and Fox because ABC had the Disney cartoons like Tailspin and all
uh,
that, and
uh,
Fox had the Batman, the Spider Man, and stuff like that. They had the action cartoons, the live action cartoons.
see, our I remember trying to get home in time to watch Transformers, Thundercats, X Men, and I can't really tell you which one came on every day and which one was just for the weekend. Karate Kid had a cartoon.
Yes,
He
it
said
did.
Mac is correct. You on Central Time? Or no? You probably not actually. But
See, we got people from all over saying it was the weekend, it was weekdays.
yeah.
Uh,
I'm with me and Drew grew up off the similar territories.
right.
So it came on Saturday from what I remember, at least the rerun.
I told you it's a New York thing, man. It's a New York thing. They gonna come on they gonna have their spot here. Man, it's Cincinnati. We gonna fit in when we get in. I remember watching Beetleborgs more than I watched Spider Man or or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or or what's another one? The R.L. Stein's Goosebumps. I can't tell you if they came on every day or just for the weekend.
I remember I had to read that. I had to read the books for like the summer reading program. We used to
So
have
look,
summer reading.
Fox Kids. This was their lineup in 1992 after school
Uh-huh.
lineup.
Uh-huh.
Alvin and the Chipmunks, Batman, Defenders of Donatron City, Dog City, Eat the Cat. I hated that show. Stravaganza, that was Eat the Cat, the Stravaganza, George of the Jungle, Ghost Rider, which came on later that night, Mighty Mouse.
Why are you looking at New York?
No, I'm looking at all of it. Super Dave, Tiny Toons, The Plucky Ducky Show, and from 92 to 1998, X-Men.
Okay.
From
And I'm
92
looking
to
at it right now.
1998.
They say yes, it did used to come on Saturdays in New
Not
York.
here. That was in New York. Yeah, I'm looking at the Fox Kids, the after school program.
So Thundercats, which was
Nah, don't
they.
do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's go to your next pick. Let's go to
Yeah,
go
hey,
to your
time running.
All right, Godzilla 1978.
I thought this was the oldest one on the list. Shout out to Mac for correcting me on that. I'll give
This is, it was only on from September 9th to 1978. I mean, I'm
Mac. It
sorry.
look old. This look old.
Oh, you should have heard the song. It was up from the death, 40 stories high, breathing fire. He stands in the sky, Godzilla. And yeah, yeah, it's dated, but came out in 78 to 81. And it was called the Godzilla Power Hour. So they showed two shows back to back of this. You know, a team of scientists had the ability to call Godzilla when in trouble, and they also had a special way of calling him through Godzilla's son named Godzuki. It was produced by Hanna Barbera, and man, I wish Stormy was here. What's this? Toho Ltd for NBC. I think Toho is the people who maybe at that time owned the rights to Godzilla. Um,
Drew said it was horrible.
I like Godzilla, man.
Gaika.
He said, I remember this. It sucked.
Uh, I like Godzilla, man. I just did. I
This
had.
is your man Drew. This is your man Drew said it.
That's okay. I don't. That's okay. You know, I had all the toys, all the Godzilla toys, along with my Shogun Warrior toys. They stood about 2 or 3 feet high. And Godzilla at the time, you know, you could hit this lever on the back of his head and his flaming tongue would come out, and then you could hit a button on his wrist and he'd give you a rocket punch, so to speak. So yeah, I have fond memories of Godzilla. I've seen every Godzilla movie made. All of them wasn't good. I tell you that right now. The one people should see is the one with Raymond Burr. He's the guy who played Perry Mason. I think it came out in the '60s. That is one of the best Godzilla movies. But as far as the cartoon, I enjoyed it. It didn't last long. Um, they showed episodes back to back. I didn't really get. Oh, it had 26 episodes, but it lasted what 3 years or 3 seasons. So it had enough episodes. They must have played a lot of them back to back. I mean, a lot of them in repeat. Uh, but that's it on this show, man. I enjoyed it. I'm a sci-fi fan. I like all sci-fi stuff, even the cartoons. And I enjoyed it as a kid. And man, I was a kid. When it came out in '78, I was born in '69, so I was 8, 7, 8. So yeah, I liked it. I still remember the song.
Yes, sir. He said,
Yeah, they did. They did They did do a remake of the show in the 90s. It was based upon that horrible Americanized version of Godzilla, the one with Matthew Broderick. That was
You
that
know
was
what's crazy? When I was a baby, he was in everything.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, he was in every. I remember him in so many movies
I
when I was.
remember him in
And
Ferris Bueller's
once I
Day
got
Off.
grown, once I got
He
grown, I didn't see him no more.
well, he allegedly, I have to say allegedly because I didn't really look into it. He ran into some kind of legal trouble, and he looks
Oh,
bad now.
okay.
He looks bad now, but uh, only good Matthew Broderick movie that I would recommend. There's two of them. The Stepford Wives with Nicole Kidman and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I
I
was going to
think
say, if you don't say Ferris Bueller, then something wrong with you. That's the best
I
Matthew
think
Broderick movie known to man.
right that Ferris Bueller's Day Off is awesome. I think the lady who played in Dirty Dancing, I think that's her. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
that's
I
his
have
little
to,
sister, right? Something like that. Project X too was good, was dope.
Man, if Ferris Bueller, I don't care what I'm doing. If I'm scrolling through TV and Ferris Bueller Day Off, I stop and watch it.
yeah,
That and The
yeah.
Breakfast Club, them two movies.
He said, "This is like what my fifth day at hanging out of school. I may have to barf up a lung or something."
Um, I
You know the end. You know the end of the first Deadpool movie. That was the same end of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's how it ended.
hmm,
We should do movies like that one day.
okay.
Movies that have to come when they on, no matter what, we'll watch it. Like for me, my cousin Vinny. I love my cousin Vinny. I
Okay.
love it.
That's a good idea. That's actually a good idea. 7A, you got something on this? Do you remember this? 7A, I don't know if
Um,
you remember this. This may be a
well,
little too
this
native.
yeah, I don't remember. The closest thing I remember to this was Denver, the last dinosaur. Like, I don't know what the hell this is.
I do remember that though.
Yeah, he looked like Denver, the last dinosaur. Man, I don't know what. I never seen this one before.
Mac, you got something on this?
Man, I knew it was a Godzilla cartoon, but I never really watched it. It
I thought this was the oldest one. That's just me.
nah, whack and racist. Yo, I had
Yeah,
two in this.
it's the oldest one, and like I said, the next one they did was the one with the Matthew Broderick
No,
Godzilla. They used that monster.
he was talking about the oldest cartoon on our list.
Nah, I was talking about the
No, no. I
I
think
know the
yours
oldest
was.
cartoon on the list. Yeah, yeah, right. This cartoon on the list.
Yeah, I had two that was older than this. But my next one
Yeah, nah, you did. Go ahead, Mac. It's on you.
my next one is a pretty old one, and I sent you this picture for a reason because it's the Flintstone kids, and I sent you this picture for a reason. Why do you didn't use the one I sent?
Go ahead, Mac.
I sent you that one for a reason because it was a two-part cartoon. It was Flintstone Kids and it was Captain Caveman. The picture I sent him was when they were sitting in front of the TV getting ready to watch Captain Caveman and Son. And that's why I sent it. You don't I sent you them pictures for a reason.
Captain.
Because I know Act ain't gonna cue up the right picture all the time.
This is a good picture.
It ain't the picture I sent you.
This is a nice, beautiful
Captain
picture.
Caveman and Son was like my high point of that cartoon. Like I love the cartoon, don't get it wrong. I love that cartoon. And you really man, they stayed getting in trouble. You still had Dino, you still had Fred, Barney, Wilma. You know, they had and then they had the black kid that came out of nowhere because he wasn't in the regular Flintstones. But Captain Caveman and so Captain Caveman originally was a dope cartoon, but I didn't get to just watch it all the time, and that's a real.
Mhm.
It came out in the '60s. It was what was it, Captain Caveman and something else. And these are Hanna-Barbera cartoons too. This came out in '87. Uh, early Saturday morning cartoon, and they even had they series they the Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. It was because of the Flintstone Ken cartoon is when they dropped those cereals.
I love Captain Caveman.
I did too. Captain
There
Caveman.
was one on my list. I couldn't remember the name, but I'm gonna ask Drew Titan uh, before the show ends. Maybe he know it because I think he plays a clip all the time. The clip goes, "Behold my nega sword," and every time I see that, it reminds me of the cartoon it's in. I can't remember the name for the
Hey,
life of me.
Drew, you right. The Jetsons Flintstones came on in the evening after school, but the Flintstone Kids only came on Saturdays early.
Thundar the Barbarian. Thank you, Drew. Thank you. I
They
wanted that on my list, but I could not remember the name.
mentioned Thunder the Barbarian early. I
I
I'm talking.
wouldn't remember. I was
Oh
doing
yeah, you
something.
incapacitated.
I could
Yeah,
not
he was.
remember that
He
one.
was doing something earlier.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Spidey
could
sense
not
is tingling.
remember.
But yeah,
Thank
man,
you, Drew Titan.
Flintstone Kids is actually one of my favorite cartoons growing up. Man, I couldn't wait. That was like the start of Saturday morning cartoon. I was 4 years old when this cartoon came out, so y'all gotta understand it. So when I'm getting up early in the morning, and I was in preschool, kindergarten, I'm getting up, I'm watching Flintstone Kids. That was the first cartoon that came on. Then Beetlejuice came on afterward.
I like
And this
Beetlejuice.
was when Beetlejuice was it was on Saturday mornings before it went to TGIF. And then they started coming on Thursdays. I don't know why they moved it to the Thursdays, but that was stupid. But yeah, Flintstone Kids, then it was Beetlejuice, and man, this was my cartoon, man.
I don't remember Sport Billy. I don't remember that.
Yes, sir. 7-8. You got something to say about Flintstone Kid? Elmo Flintstone Kid.
Yeah,
Hey, go ahead.
no, yeah, Flintstone Kids was good. Definitely was a good show. I like the regular Flintstones more, but I did like Flintstone Kids. It was a good show. But I didn't watch it as much as the regular Flintstones though.
I'm gonna tell you, Flintstone Kids had me popping Flintstone vitamins. I was eating them things like it was
Yeah,
candy.
you ain't telling no lies about that. Yep, Flintstone, and it wasn't all that bad. It
Bro,
wasn't that
but my mama used to get on to me talking about you gonna get sick because she come home and then bought a brand new thing of vitamins and I done ate like half the damn thing.
They were good.
She used to have to hide them from me because I'm like, man, yeah, I eat my vitamins. I ate my vitamins every day.
Yeah.
They were good.
hmm
Yeah.
They were good. I don't remember watching Flintstone Kids. I remember watching the Flintstones, of course. So I can't tell you anything about the show. We could talk about Captain Caveman at any time, but I didn't watch the Flintstone Kids.
You
Sorry,
know,
guys. I don't got nothing on this one.
so look, you remember when they start? So the Flintstone Kids was like the second one of all of them started to make kid cartoons out of all the big cartoons. Muppet
Um,
Babies was first. Then it was Flintstone Kids. Then it was Tiny Toons. Then it was another one. It was another kid cartoon. But yeah, it started out Muppet Babies, Flintstone Kids,
yeah,
Tiny Toons.
I remember
They were just they was making like kid cartoons of all of the other cartoons. Or they
I
do something
remember.
where like even a Tasmania where Tasmanian Devil had a son. Like
Yeah, I remember him.
they was trying to make uh
Taz loved Tasmania.
Yeah, they was trying to make friendlier cartoons for the young kids around my age at that time. It's from 8 years old and down, or 6 years old and down. Kind of like,
And was this around the time they made a pup named Scooby Doo?
yeah, this was around the same time. A pup
Okay.
named Scooby Doo. Yeah,
Okay.
I remember watching just about every one of them except for this one.
I don't know how you missed this one with Captain Caveman and Son on it.
Because Captain K-Man, when I started watching it, he had his own show.
He did.
And I thought he was cool. He looked like a hippie with his long hair.
It was Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels.
Hmm.
Captain with his battle cry and his club. Yeah,
See why I couldn't do 6?
Yep.
See why I couldn't do 6 picks? This is really for Derek. This is why.
well, I thought I had Ghostbusters. This the pony off piggyback off of Drew and Stormy B Man. I was in the line one time. They were talking about what the difference between Ghostbusters and the real Ghostbusters. So I looked it up myself, and the other Ghostbusters had nothing to do with nothing. In short, and the real Ghostbusters. The only reason I wanted to do the real Ghostbusters is because Arsenio Hall at first voiced Winston, and then it was another guy later. The guy in the movie was told he didn't sound black enough to play a black guy in a cartoon.
Mm. And I like that dude. Um, that played Winston. 7-8. What's next, brother?
Man, I had Thundercats next, man.
I'm gonna say it for him. Thunder,
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 thunder.
thunder.
Oh,
Well, I be Mamra. Wherever evil exists, Mamra lives.
Mumra was until
I remember I was my dude. Yeah,
because
Mamra that ever living.
my
Thundercats definitely one of my favorite cartoons. I had the toys too. I love the characters. I love the concept of it. I watched it all throughout the 80s. Even watched some of the reruns in the 90s. But Thundercats was my joint, man. My favorite character was Lionel and Panthro and Mumra. You know what I'm saying? I liked all of them. They did their thing. You know, Silverhawks was like a cheap knockoff of them. But they had the same creators, I think, and the same, Monstar, Mumra. They did a lot of the same stuff. But yeah, I love Thundercats.
You know, Panther is black.
Yeah, Panther was black. The one who Bill Cosby daddy was him. The one who played Bill Cosby's father on the Cosby show was his voice. Yeah.
Cool man,
Other
you
than that,
cannot have
yep.
Chitara. I heard there's a live action movie coming out.
yeah, they supposed to do that.
Who is doing it?
I don't know who's gonna be behind.
I heard DC bought him though. Didn't DC buy the rights to him?
Oh, okay, so it should be good. It ain't gonna be woke. We ain't gotta worry about no, you know what stuff.
Snarf smoke weed. Snarf is on that stuff from the Furbles. The Furbles. He was on that.
He was on that catnip.
Voltron live action. See, Drew, I got a question. There were like 5 different Voltrons. So are we gonna get the lions, the cars, or I think Drew and Stormy B Man were talking about Voltron one day, and I knew it was the lions and the cars. What I didn't know, it was like 3 more after that.
Drew said 5 lions.
5 lions. Okay.
Let no man forget how menacing we are. We are lions.
I don't care about none of the Voltrons except the ones with the lines.
Well, man, you can have Chitara because she doesn't shave, so you gotta deal with it. Oh, you gotta deal with it.
You said she don't shave.
Yeah, Pooh Man said he wants Chitara. I said you can have her. She don't shave.
So so y'all got anything on this? I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Um,
Love the Thundercats.
I'm
this is
I'm gonna just say I love the Thundercats. I really did. Um, yeah, this was one of those cartoons I did watch growing up. As soon as it came on, it had my attention, and I'm like 78. That big cake mix bowl. Yep, I ain't gonna lie. Probably had some pops or some honeycombs that day.
Hey man, he ain't told no lies about that, man. Hey, but people be sleeping on pops, bro, and honeycomb.
Shoot.
Honeycombs.
Honeycomb,
Mm-hmm.
true. They weren't too sweet. Nothing. They were just right.
They went too sweet, and they went. Yeah, you didn't have to add. They were
Well, they
just.
tasted just like Kix cereal.
No, they didn't.
To me, they did.
Kicks tasted bland.
Now kicks.
Oh, I
Kick,
love Kix.
hey,
Kicks
I
had,
grew
they
up on
were
kicks.
sweet, but it wasn't sweet enough.
No, I grew up on kicks. You had to put sugar to kicks.
Yeah, you had to put sugar on kicks. You ain't got to put no sugar on no honeycombs. Honeycombs just perfect like it was.
It says it's on the box. No sugar added. Mother approved. I love it.
Yeah.
Either that or cream of wheat.
No,
I
I
thought it
don't
was kid testing mother approved.
Yeah, I was a kid. I tested
know. Tricks was for kids. That was a cereal I didn't like was Tricks. I did not like Tricks.
I
it.
like
I
I like,
didn't.
kicks. I like them.
It was all right.
Yeah, they was straight. Like they wasn't like they wasn't messing with like Fruit Loops or nothing like that. But they was alright.
Fruity Pebbles or
My
cinnamon
mama, my
crunch.
mama kept buying Fruit Loops. That's all she would buy. I'm like, Mama, I want Captain Crunch. I could talk her
At
into give me.
least your mama didn't buy grape nuts to be funny.
Hey, hey, snap, crackle, and pop with them Rice Krispies though. I put
Oh,
out a whole thing of sugar in it, then drink the milk out.
hey,
Hey,
that's like that when Rice Krispie. When you put them two three tablespoons of sugar in there,
yeah,
and then when
It
you
drink
go right to the bottom of the
go
bowl.
right to the bottom, and then all you got is sugar milk left.
all you got. Hey, perfect, perfect.
Yes,
And
sir.
wonder why how we survived childhood.
Yo, you ain't lying. And look, I can't even say nothing because forget that part. Like I used to eat a lot of cup of noodles, and my mom would get the
Uh-huh.
Costco joint, and that's the big pack. And you know that's a lot of sodium in it.
Man,
So
I was
They
gonna
didn't
say,
have noodles when I was little.
yeah,
They ain't had none of that stuff. Man, when I was little, the milkman used to come and leave your milk and eggs and butter on your stoop, and nobody touched it.
yeah, Derek,
Bro,
you a OG for real.
hey, Derek, do you remember the juice man? When the juice man used to drop off them big things of juice on your door?
Yes,
Man, that was
yes.
that was the joint. The juice man was.
I throw something at you. I don't remember none of that, but what I do remember is that Swanson truck when it came through, and Mama give me that book of food stamps and tell me to go get that box of meat.
Oh yeah.
Uh huh.
And you got that Milwaukee cheese. You
I
got
didn't
that
get
We
Milwaukee.
call it government cheese here. That's
Nah, that's
forever cheese.
78 call.
no, no.
And
They
they
Wisconsin got
always threw in a they always threw in a box of cereal no one really ate, like King Vitamin. I it tasted to me it tasted like Captain Crunch with vitamins in it. It was horrible.
Well, which ones? Which one cereal you
King
talking about?
Vitamin,
Oh, King
King
Vitamin.
Vitamin.
Yeah. I used to like them alphabet cereal. Y'all
Uh
remember
huh.
Mr. T? Y'all remember Mr. T cereal?
I do remember.
Yes,
Man, them
I
tastes like
don't
Captain
remember.
Crunch.
I didn't remember that until
I
you did
remember his
that
cereal
live
and
78
cartoon.
when you were in your garage and you
they
was
had
showing
a
They
cereal.
tasted like original
78 was showing the
Crunch.
duck hunt gun and all of the stuff from the
Yeah, yeah.
80s. I was
I
like,
don't
I
even know
can't.
what happened to that video, bro. I don't know if
That
you
was a
took it
good
down or what happened
video.
to that video.
That was a good video. You made me learn a lot of stuff off of that because I was
They
like,
had
what
a
the
they
hell?
had a they had a cereal back in the day called OJ's. It turned your milk. into like orange juice. So it was like eating a bowl of the orange creamsicle because the cereal was orange flavored, and then it would turn your milk kind of orange flavored. And yeah, we had that too.
Oh, so you ended up losing that video 7-8?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. I've been looking for it on my page, but I think I might have deleted it on accident when YouTube was messing with my channel and I had to delete a bunch of old videos. I might have deleted that one on accident.
Yeah, that was a good video. You showed. I didn't know Mr. T had a cartoon or a cereal. You was the reason I knew about that. So shout out to you. You know what I mean? I
And
didn't
did
know.
anybody figure it out when you brought the Nintendo? What was the robot part for? What game came with that?
I don't know. Y'all know better than me. Let me go.
I
Let me.
couldn't.
Okay, let me go to my.
Hey, what was your question?
He
The
said, "What was the robot part that came with the Nintendo?"
I didn't have no robot that came with my Nintendo. I had a running pad and a controller and a duck hunt gun.
when I brought the Nintendo, it came with the system, the core system, one controller, duck hunt, and it came with a robot that had that would spin disc and drop it like just dropped it, but it was Rob the Robot, and it was no games for it. It was no game.
I think it
This
was just
this is the early when Nintendo first came to America.
I think it was just
Wasn't
decoration, man. 'Cause I don't remember. I didn't buy one. I do remember what you're talking about. It looked like Johnny Five, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like that. But I never knew nobody who had one that used it for nothing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It came with the system that I had, but it didn't have a game. So it was just set off in the I didn't know what it was for.
Um, yeah, you see my old heads talking. I don't know what they talking about. They got me feeling bad over here. You know what I'm saying? But I will.
Gyromite and Stick Up. That was the games for it. See, I didn't know that. Again, I didn't had all the systems except for the last generation, PS5. Because I'm not about to drop half a $500-600 on a gaming system. I'm not doing that.
You don't
Uh,
have to. They $2.99.
Yeah, I was about to just say, like, if you
well,
that shit is cheap
They
now.
everywhere. You can get
man,
one.
I done looked on eBay. I done looked
Man, you ain't.
everywhere. I want a PS5.
When the last time you looked? Because you looked when they first came out. It ain't no way you looking right.
I looked. I will say it hasn't been recently. I can't tell you.
They've been available for the last 2-3 years that anybody can get. I got mine when it first came out, but for the last 2-3 years, when COVID,
Yeah, Mac did. Mac left me because me and Mac was on
when I
PS4
if
together.
I told you how much I paid for my PS5, you'd be like, "What?" Yeah, I bought mine when it first came. I spent $1,200 on mine.
Yeah, I can believe that because they were very damn expensive.
Yeah,
And the
I
first
wanted.
generation. Go ahead, brother.
I said I really wanted one, so I grabbed it.
Um, I do believe the first generation of PS5 was retrofitted to play PS4 games.
Nah, it still is, even with the
It's
slim version and
uh-huh.
the digital version. Like I got the slim version. I got the one after Mac. You know what I mean? And I
Well,
could
I've
play
been playing all the games I could play on my PS4.
and
I
I
played
could play
God of War.
all my PS4 games that I had.
Uh-huh.
I played
Uh-huh.
them. Even
Uh-huh.
even my VR games, I could play on there. I just don't be feeling like hooking up my VR. You know what I mean? I could play it
Yeah.
on.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate the heads up. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just say before we get off of this and go to my next pick, because we
gotta
probably
do.
down to our last ones.
I was gonna say we got to do a rapid round because I'm about to fall asleep on y'all because I got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah. See, Derek, I'm blaming that on you, Derek. I'm blaming
What
that
I
on
do now?
Going
you.
off on a tangent.
Yeah, that's just I'm blaming you. That's why I be trying to tell you. Everybody ain't like you and me. 7-8, 7-8, good. He don't sound tired. Um,
I got to get up at 5:30 in the morning.
No,
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
I was supposed to be going 30 minutes ago. I'm trying to tough it out.
Yep.
All right, all
And
right.
I ain't.
My next one, I didn't do this one. Dragon Ball Z. I'm surprised that 7-8, Derek Gaines, and Matt Game put this one up. You
Because it
know
didn't
about
come
it.
on. It didn't come on Saturday mornings for me, and I
It
watched
did,
that.
it did come on Saturdays when
Not,
went again
oh yeah.
in New York. It came on Saturdays.
See,
That's a
for
fact.
us, it came on during the week at night because me and my homeboys used to talk about it the next day at school.
It definitely did, and I used to watch it all the time. Thank you, thank you. See, man, my New York brother holding me down. You know what I mean? About a young kid named Goku, but at this time he's grown, and it'll take all day to explain what happens. But his older brother Radix ends up coming there and trying to make him join their side with the Saiyans because Goku didn't know about his whole origin. And yeah, man, things pop off from there. He has to save his son. His brother Radix takes his son, and things pop off from there. And yeah, Dragon Ball Z, the storyline, everything. One of the probably my number one cartoon ever because it has so much depth and you got to see the characters evolve. You don't get to see that in every anime or cartoon. This cartoon presented that to you, where the people grew up and you got to see their kids and their kids had kids. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Goku became a grandfather and he fighting Lord Beerus. And he's like, "Yeah, you too young." He's like, and he said, "Thanks for what you're saying, but I got a granddaughter." You know what I mean? I ain't saying I look young. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I love this so much. And this is actually before my time, but it transcended its time, and very few cartoons transcends their time. That's all I really got on that. Y'all can all talk at once because I know we don't got that much time. 7-8.
Love the pick, love the cartoon. Nothing else to add to it.
Me too. I love
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z.
I never watched it.
You never did 7-8?
Nah,
Wow.
nah,
I'm
I didn't never watch. Everybody talking about it, but I never watched it, bro. People used to come in my chat and always reference it and stuff. I'm like, what y'all talking about? I never watched it.
I think you'll love it if you get into it. You follow the growth of the characters from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball GT was a spinoff. Then you got Dragon Ball Super, and they had just started a new Dragon Ball series. So it's if you're gonna watch it, start with Dragon Ball. There are a lot of episodes.
uh-oh. It pulled me and said shame 7-8.
Bro, when did it come out?
7-8. That shit, the first one, the original, it came out year period. The year time.
When?
In the
Like
80s.
88, 87.
80,
And
yeah,
it was being shown in America in the 80s?
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't remember that, bro.
Yeah, I can only find it in Japanese with English subtitles. The first Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball Z, you can find it in English, and the rest of them are in English and in the original language Japanese.
I thought Dragon Ball Z was something that came out like when I was like and I was already in the streets doing something. But by the time I heard people talking about Dragon Ball Z, I heard like a generation of kids just talking about it. So I thought it was a new cartoon because when nobody talking about it when I was a kid, nobody.
Yeah, it's been out for a while. You get into Dragon Ball, you might get into Bleach, the anime Bleach. So, um, yeah, just check out a couple of episodes and let us know.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Derek.
I don't got nothing else to say. Like you said, it's getting late.
Nah. I think you don't got
Oh, no, I'm done. My last pick was Godzilla.
it. What? Oh
Hold on,
Yeah, remember I
you
had
want to do
two quick ones.
yeah, you did.
Oh
He
yeah,
did.
he did. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I had two quick
Nah,
ones.
King. You didn't do
Tailspin and
nah,
Darkwing Duck.
nah, you didn't do Bugs Bunny.
I didn't do Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, you did have one more. I knew I wasn't bugging.
Uh, Snap.
when that Bugs Bunny and Friends that came on Sundays, I mean on
Yeah,
Saturdays.
Saturday all day for about 4 hours.
Said
Really,
Bugs Bunny. That's how he
Bugs,
said it to me. You know, I
they
was
it was Bugs Bunny and Friends.
yeah. I didn't do it. This put this in the coffers. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had all five of them uh down. Only thing I could tell you, I think was this a Hanna Barbera or
No,
Warner
Warner
Brothers?
Brothers. All
Okay,
all
yeah.
Toon, Animaniacs, all that is Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
brother. I know
That's
that.
how I could tell you. I know they did the Animaniacs. I know they did. Warner Brothers did the Animaniacs, and I can't. Wow, I dropped the ball on this one. You had
Animaniacs spin off from
Bro,
Looney
you the
Tunes.
one that sent me the list.
Yeah,
You don't look
and
at the list.
I'm doing everything from memory. I didn't write nothing down. Look, but I can Bugs Bunny. Well, Animaniacs was a spinoff from Looney
You know
Tunes.
what? It's cool. Go ahead. Yeah. Do y'all got anything on the Bugs Bunny cartoon?
Man, hell yeah, Bugs
7A,
Bunny was the shit. All
seven,
of it.
7A. You got something on this?
Love Bugs Bunny. Love Looney Tunes. Love even Daffy Duck and Friends. He had one. Uh, uh, what was it? Porky and Friends. They all had like they love side shows where they did a lot of their cartoons. Then they had their friends involved and things like that. But Bugs Bunny was the one that was for like 4 hours on a Saturday,
Right.
and
yeah,
it was in the evening. It wasn't a morning cartoon. It was more of an evening cartoon, and it was something to kind of like flow you through the day for kids on a
Yeah.
Saturday.
And Buzz Bunny was like everybody's first babysitter.
Facts.
yeah, yeah.
Nah,
He has so many different characters on the show. He had the Road Runner, the Coyote, the sheep and the dog. The sheep and the coyote. He had one of my favorite ones when he was the beautician and he was doing his thing to some classical music. Wasn't no words in that episode. I remember the little short gangster. I think that was a parody
Mug,
of
it was his name was Muggsy. It was a parody of Bugsy.
Bugsy. Yeah. I remember the abominable snowman. I want to love him and hug him and squeeze him and kiss him, and I will call him George. Um, I remember Bugs Bunny coming on Saturday morning to 12 o'clock, and then at 12 o'clock, they showed ABC Wild World of Sports after that. And so, for instance, if there was a pay per view boxing match earlier in the week, they would show the fight in their entirety on ABC Wide World of Sports. So that's how I get to watch all the Hagler and Hearns and all them fights. I just waited till it came on the weekend. That's what they used to do back then.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right. Y'all said what y'all had to say on that.
Yep.
Go to Mac.
Pinky and the Brain.
Good pick. Actually, one that I know and that I could talk about. Go ahead.
Pinky and the Brain. It's Pinky
One
and
more.
one is a genius, the other's insane. Look, this was a spinoff of the Animaniacs. I love the Animaniacs, but I actually love Pinky and the Brain more.
I thought this was better. I didn't like
That's the fact.
Animaniacs as much as
I
Pinky.
I did like Animaniacs, but this Pinky and the Brain was just that was one of my yeah. I love this cartoon more. And watching this on Saturday mornings, I used to love this cartoon. It was great. Uh, what are we gonna do today, Pinky? Same thing we do every day. Try
Take
to
over the world.
yeah, I love that show, man. And they used to have some great ideas and things get it just mess up at the end. Like it was somebody.
Right, hot stuff that make people say rewind that.
Yeah, this was the show. This was one of the few spinoffs from Animaniacs that I like. The only one they should have did was Slappy the Squirrel. I wanted to see more from her, but yeah, they did. The anime Freakazoid had his own cartoon. It was another one.
Yeah,
The good fella, the
Huh?
good fellas have their own cartoon.
No, they didn't have theirs.
I like them.
But yeah, Freakazoid got one and Pinky and the Brain got one. Pinky and the Brain was and Pinky and the Brain actually lasted. Pinky and the Brain lasted longer than Animaniacs.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
My mother liked the Animaniacs because she liked Dot. She didn't get it too much into Pinky and the Brain. I did because I thought they were funny. I thought they were hilarious.
They told me Pinky was really the genius. Brain wasn't, and they broke down the reasons why. 7-8. Did you ever get to catch the show? If you did,
No, I never watched it. It was it was like I think this when I used to see this on TV in passing. I think my little sisters was watching it by that time. I was like, yeah, I was like full fledged in the streets acting a dummy. And by that time, you know what
okay.
I'm saying? Tupac was out. I swore I was a gangster.
Yeah, but this did come out in like 92, 93.
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't. I think like I want to say the last cartoons I got into, I think was Tiny Toons, bro.
Yeah, that
I think like, once like after like '92, I don't remember watching no more cartoon.
Yes, sir. All right. All right. 7-8. Let me come to you. Let me come to you.
Man, last but not least, my Ducktales, man. Ducktales, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You can sing the theme song.
Hey man, Ducktales is my joint, man. I mean, look, when I get tipsy, I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. I was in downtown. I was at the Fister Hotel in Milwaukee, right? And down there with the wife, and we sitting down at the lobby, and they got the piano player down there by the bar. You know what I'm saying? And I'm faded, so I'm faded. So I go over to the bar to the piano player, and I tell him, I said, "You know Ducktales?" He's like, "Yeah, I know Ducktales." I said, "Play it." He started playing it. Man, I had the whole bar singing
Life
like
is
a
like a
hurricane.
hurricane.
But my wife was mad as hell.
Planes, cars, lasers, airplanes.
Bruh.
It's a duck blur.
Yeah, it was just
Solve
going
a
down.
mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales.
I
Woo.
love DuckTales, man. That was my joint. I watched DuckTales pretty much all 8 seasons, man. I think DuckTales went off like in the early '90s, so probably around the time I stopped watching cartoons, they was already off. But the rebumps was coming on though. Hmm.
Um, y'all got anything on that real quick? Um, they actually came out with a comic. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just say something real quick. It came out with a comic. You know how there was the Infinity Gems. I know Mac and Derek Gaines know about that. They came out with a Scrooge McDuck comic called Infinity Coins. Yeah, I got anything on Ducktales? That
Classic cartoon, fun to watch. Filled
Didn't
with
I send
humor
you
and adventure. I loved it.
you
Hey,
got something on it, Mac?
didn't I send you that Infinity DuckTales?
Nah. I seen it because it came on my recommendations.
Oh, I thought I sent it to you because I got it.
Yeah, Infinity Coins.
I was over here singing the theme song with 78. I was singing the whole thing though. Man, I did love DuckTales. I watched this all as a kid. When I was a kid, it didn't really come on Saturday morning. It came on, well, this came out in 87. So it did come out on Saturday mornings when it first came out, but every day it was on after school too. It was one of them after school cartoons when I was young. Uh when it came on with the Disney lineup, Gummy Bears, DuckTales, um Tailspin. It was something.
Don't forget about Winnie the Pooh.
Oh yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh show was on that
That was
line.
my joint. Gotta
Mhm.
get up, gotta get going. Gonna see a friend tonight. That's my dude.
7 days.
Yeah,
Oh man. Yeah,
man,
we got
it's a lot of stuff we didn't talk about
yo,
that was
we gotta bring 7 8 back on here, man.
yeah. We
Seven
gotta
eight,
do
man.
this
We
again.
gonna do the mask. We gonna do
Yeah.
Jim Carrey. We gonna do the
Let me
mask.
know when y'all want me back, man. Just give me some time. Let me know what we talking about. Give me some time to research.
All right.
All right.
I want to do the mask because that's a movie that I mean I really love. I had the DVD because of my older siblings. I love that movie. Um,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna go to my last one and I'm gonna let y'all get up because I know some people got work and some don't. Batman the animated series. I know this ain't the real pick, but I liked it this pick. You know what I'm saying? So, Batman the animated series. Um, I don't know. It's hard for me to pick between Dragon Ball Z and Batman the animated series. It's so hard.
Tay Tay must be asleep.
Yeah, Tay Tay definitely would be see, she would be cursing me out right now. But she gotta understand the affiliates pay attention. What Jeezy used to say, Matt, the affiliates
Yeah.
pay attention. That this
Who say
cartoon.
they actors? They act real good. It
Oh, Batman! This Batman cartoon was so good.
really
It
was.
taught you a lot of life lessons. Not only that, it went into mostly the stories in the comic book. Not all of it. They tweaked some things around a little bit, but for the most part, one of my favorite episodes of this reminds me of Stay Ready. And Stay Ready gonna be like, oh, cause I'm a Gemini. No, I'm not just saying that. And Mac is gonna say that though. He gonna be like, Mac gonna say that because of that. Because Two Face, one of my favorite Batman bad guys, he's a Gemini, you know. And I love this character. He really embodied a person that is a Gemini. You know what I'm saying? You would see Harvey be so chill one day, and then you would see Big Bad Harvey come out the next day. And I remember when the psychiatrist was talking to him. Yeah, that was my favorite episode. If you got Amazon Prime and you can watch it, skip through the episodes and watch the episode with Harvey and how he became the Two Face. Two Face is one of my favorite Batman villains. He's not the favorite, but he's definitely in my top three. I loved him. You know what I'm saying? I loved the whole background. How he was his episode probably was one of my favorites though, even though he's not my favorite bad guy. His bad guy was probably my favorite episode on the show ever, you know. So salute to all the people that put together the Batman animated series. I really love this series. They did such a great job with Two Face in this series, and they did a great job with the Joker, Mark Hamill, who I know Derek Gaines, Stay Ready, and 78 Sports grew up off of, who was Luke's style. I know y'all gonna come off of mute and y'all got something to say about that.
Only reason I didn't put Batman on mine because I knew for a fact you was gonna agree. I just know it for a fact because we always talk about Batman animated series, and this was one of my favorite cartoons growing up as well. Uh,
Yes.
it wasn't a Saturday morning cartoon for me. I mentioned it was an after school cartoon for me, but it was one of those cartoons that I really truly enjoy watching every day. That and X Men.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you, I know this was your last one. I'm finna get out of here because I got to get up at 5:30. Man, I really appreciate this show. I appreciate you guys for joining, and
Yes,
I'm good.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Salute, homie.
All right,
Yes, sir.
salute.
Yes, sir. Mac, man, you get out of here, man. Um, Derek Gaines, you got some last thoughts before we get out of here? Okay, I guess.
You know, shout out to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. Yo, I appreciate you,
I'm
OG.
back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry, fellas.
Get the people your last before we get out of
I enjoy it. I Let me tell you something, Mac. I told you earlier in the live. This is the highlight of my week. Meaning, I get to have fun. We're not talking politics. No one's hating on each other. There's no confusion. And this is how, even though we could disagree on the Smurfs, this is how we should be, man. You know, like I said, man, this is the highlight of my week. I look forward to it every week, no matter what the topic is. And this is my personal job at D-Man. I am a god at verses.
I don't know, man. I gotta put you up against you and D man. You and D man gonna have to do it verses, man. I'm gonna let you
But
know that right now. I'm putting
see,
that
you
out
see,
there right
make it
now.
short and sweet. Make it short and sweet. My games, hurry up. You didn't have to. You see, you didn't have to go there. Now you definitely have to do a verses. He said, you give me flies and I'll beat you. Oh, okay, duh. But I enjoy it. I love you guys. I love the chat. Thanks, Drew, Kofa, Eric Jordan, Tay Tay, D Man, and what is it, Shawa. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Uh my OG, man, the general, man. Love you to death, man. Uh
Appreciate you, bro. Love.
thank you, man. Thank you for coming through. It was fun, man. You had me cracking up with a lot of your opinions and things like that. Um, you got any last words before we get out of here?
Hey, man, this was fun, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Like the brother Gaines said, man, this is good to be able to just chop it up about something fun, a fun subject
Yes.
without the nonsense and politics involved, people getting mad and stuff, man. You know, so it was cool. This is fun. I didn't get a chance to watch the Batman series, the animated series, but it's Batman, so I know it was dope.
Do
I know it was
you
dope.
gotta tell Tay Tay that? You ain't gotta tell me that.
For sure, for sure. All right, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Salute to the chat. Salute to y'all brothers, man.
Yo, peace, man. Take care of
Peace.
yourself. And
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna just say, appreciate Derek Gaines, love him to death. Appreciate Stay Ready for coming through. They always come every
Put
week.
my incense in there.
You know, they come through every week for me. And I appreciate y'all. This was a really good chat this time around. Everybody came through. We had a lot of fun, and a lot of people had a lot of different opinions on the Saturday morning cartoons. Um, Yeah, I just appreciate y'all so much. We're gonna keep growing this channel, and hopefully we can keep it like this. You know, every every week coming up. So look forward to us
Next
next.
one, movies we have to watch when we see them.
Yeah, that like I said, unless something else even better come up than that, I actually like that idea. I like that idea. So Derek Gaines have put forth a lot of great ideas. I forgot which one it was that was your whole idea. It was a great idea. But
I
yeah,
think
we'll
so
talk
too.
about it. We'll talk about it in the background. And salute to everybody.
Love
Uh
you guys, man. I really do. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, we're gonna get up out of here. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I know some people got work, some people don't. We out of here. Happy Veterans Day. Yesterday was the Marine Corps' birthday. Tony Todd also passed away. Candyman. He also
Rest in peace.
to Venom. I didn't even realize that. Man, shout out to the mighty LDBC, the full Berserker clan, and the usual suspects, and of course Comic Cons. We out of here.
Uh,